John, I feel like we failed. We're only the fourth coldest game in Chicago history. They said during the week it was going to be the coldest, but the temperatures got all the way up to a balmy 9 degrees. And it's not too windy, but it's supposed to get windier as the day goes on. Key and active Nick Perry, their leading sacker, out still with a hand with those broken bones. James Starks, car accident, concussed. Joe Callahan, who they loved in the preseason, they bring him on, so they've got 3 quarterbacks available today, and the reason is because Aaron Rodgers is capped. How about this? This is our referee, Ron Torbert, his 3rd year. Even the officials are pumped up, John.
Ron Torbert having an outstanding year as well. Mike Pereira saying as good a year as anyone.
And here we go. Bears won the toss. They deferred, and we're underway. Ty Montgomery will return it out across the 25 to about the 27, and that's where Aaron Rodgers will come on out, who has had a spectacular year. He leads the league in touchdown passes with 32, but he is playing hurt. Left hamstring a few weeks ago, right calf last week.
And he never ceases to amaze. In fact, on the play where he hurt his calf last week, he throws a big touchdown down the field. So despite injuries, this guy manages to throw as well as anybody ever has in this league.
Yeah, he was outstanding last week as the Packers took apart Seattle. And in the cold weather, we will see what happens. We'll get more on the health of Rodgers after this play. Ty Montgomery in the backfield wearing that number 88, converted receiver, and he's going to go for a short game. Down to the sidelines with Pam Oliver.
Hey there, Kevin. I got a chance to talk to Aaron Rodgers before the game. He came out early to test that calf. He told me it really does feel good. He expects to have absolutely no problem with it. I got a quick question in about the weather. He says this is not even close to being the coldest game he's ever played in. Jordy Nelson, he echoed that. He also gave a rare compliment to this field. He said it's in pretty good shape for this time of year, the best he's seen. Back to you, Kevin.
That's good news for these players. On second down, they'll throw. They get it out to Adams, who makes the catch in the flat, and he puts his head down and out near the 35-yard line. So a 3rd and short is coming up. Deion Bush on the stop.
You know, Kev, so much versatility in this Green Bay offense. We've talked about Ty Montgomery, a former receiver playing running back. Well, right there, Devontae Adams, their #1 receiver of late, was coming out of the backfield. So they play everybody everywhere. It makes them very tough to deal with.
John, the Packers, the 2nd best team on 3rd down in the league. They had an off year last year. They dropped back to the pack, but they're back to their normal greatness on 3rd down. 3rd and 2. Here comes pressure. Rodgers sneaks away down the middle of the field, and he's got a completion. What calf injury? It's the tight end, Jared Cook, for a big 1st down.
Well, how's the calf? Let's just sit and watch. Kwiatkowski, he's going to blitz right by T.J. Lang. He's got a free shot on Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers does what he does better than anybody in this league at the quarterback position. He extends plays, keeping his eyes downfield. Aaron Rodgers continues to defy injury reports.
You get that chance, you can't miss Aaron Rodgers, and he made Chicago pay with a 27-yard hookup on 1st down. Now here comes some pressure, going to throw it away. And that is going to be the interesting thing to watch. He is so good moving around, buying time. How much of that can he do today in this cold?
Well, that's what he does to people. In fact, when you talk to Vic Fangio, the Bears defensive coordinator, he talked about when he goes laterally like he was right there, that's when it becomes schoolyard, and that's where he's so dangerous throwing the ball downfield. Right there you could see he just got rid of it. Typically he's extending. So I think within the pocket, still very dangerous. On the long extended plays, I don't see the ability to outrun people.
Packers bring on a 6th offensive lineman with Jason Spriggs on this play. They don't do that very often. They clock at 1. They'll get it off. 2nd down, they'll run it to Montgomery, and he goes nowhere. This Bears defense getting better and better as this year goes on under Vic Fangio. Well, Aaron Rodgers, John, you talked about this in the open, right? It seems like when he speaks, they listen. They had a bad start 2014. He said, relax, people, and they went on a roll, finished 11-2, and lost in the championship game that year. And then this year, look, 4-game losing streak. They look terrible. And then Aaron Rodgers says, you know what? We're going to run the table. So far, it's 3-0 since those comments. Pretty good quote. 3rd and long here. Make it 11.
3, fan left.
Some pressure. Rodgers slings it for sight complete. Cook has it again for another first down. 2 third-down conversions for the Packers.
And Aaron Rodgers, again, that wasn't an on-time throw. He, again, extends within the pocket. It's where he's so dangerous. Watch him get back there. 3-man rush. They bring someone late, but he just buys that extra time. And then Jared Cook, he talked to us on Friday. This is a guy whose numbers aren't showing it, but we're about to start getting him really involved in this offense. A little limp from Aaron Rodgers after that throw.
Let's see, here are the Packers on their opening drive. Couple third-down conversions, and they'll give it near side. This is Montgomery. Not much doing. John, I'm fascinated by Ty Montgomery as a running back. I mean, Eddie Lacy got hurt. He's out for the year. Starks has been injury on and off. And so they go to Montgomery, who did run some at Stanford, but how many times do you see a receiver really almost full-time in the backfield like this?
And Mike McCarthy talked to us this week. He said, look, it was part of the plan when we drafted him. He had that versatility. The Packers have always embraced guys who can play multiple positions. He's a 220-pound receiver, so he's kind of fit to be a running back. He's showing very well at that position.
On second down, 4-man rush, some pressure. Rodgers trying to dance away again and throws complete again. Unbelievable. With the calf, it hasn't mattered. That time it's Jordy Nelson, but we have a flag back near the line of scrimmage, so hang on. Again, our referee, Ron Torbert, today.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense, number 96. Half the distance to the goal from the end of the play. Automatic first down.
That's Akeem Hicks.
But again, his ability to extend, it just, Vic Fangio said it becomes recess. And what he means is it's just kind of chaos. They're improvising, but I'll tell you, there's an art to their improvisation. They all know what to do. They practice it on a regular basis. These guys know how to get open when he lengthens these plays, and they're so effective in doing so.
And so in the red zone, Rodgers has been lethal. You see his numbers, 25 touchdowns, not a single interception. 9th play of this opening drive. For the Packers, who've won 3 in a row. They'll run it. Montgomery, first rushing touchdown of his career last week. Make it number 2. What a drive for Green Bay.
Kevin, call him a receiver, call him whatever you want. But I know this is a very good run. You better put an edge on this guy. Tracy Porter right there. Got to put an edge on it. He does not. Ty Montgomery, we talked about it, 220 pounds. He's strong. Just kind of sheds Tracy Porter with that left arm. Hits the end zone. These Packers continue to be so good on that opening drive.
They sure do. Extra point is good. Bears had some pressure. They could not bring Rodgers down. They converted a couple of third downs, and then they give it to Montgomery, number 88. The runner runs it home, and it's 7-0 Green Bay. 2 third-down conversions on the drive. One of them a 3rd and 11, and both of them going to the tight end, Cook. And, John, they paid him some money this year. They brought him in just 1 year, a little under $3 million. So he'd be a huge part of the offense. He hasn't, but you pointed out Aaron Rodgers was emphatic talking that he's going to be a part of it today.
And just like we talked about, his words being so prophetic. Typically, the thing I've noticed broadcasting Aaron's games, when he tells you something, you best believe him. He told us he's getting Jared Cook going, and look at that first drive.
So here's Deontay Thompson with a good seam and gets a block and still on his feet across the 30 and out to the 33. And so a decent return, and that's where the Bears will get the ball for the first time with 9:49 to go in the first. And that's where Matt Barkley will come on out to make his 4th NFL start. What do you think? What do you like about what you've seen the last 3 games?
Well, I think my assessment of them is don't look at those numbers, because they very easily could have been 3-0 in those games, playing without 2 of their best offensive linemen, without their number 1 receiver. He's brought a spark and energy to this offense. This offense has been moving well. He's been really good at 2 minutes when it's really hard in this league. Matt Barkley's brought something to this team.
And on first down, he will throw. The 4-man rush fires. Thompson, good throw. and a good catch. So Barkley fires a seed on first down, and it's good for 19.
Well, we were asking ourselves, how's the kid from USC, from Newport Beach, California, going to respond to throwing in this cold? Well, he answers with a rifle shot on his first throw of the game.
That was a great throw by Barkley. No doubt about it. So some smiles to start off. And John, you talked about that #1 wide receiver. Alshon Jeffrey is back today, number 17. They'll run it here to Howard, and this kid has been terrific. The rookie from Indiana, and figure would be a big part of it today. He has been one of the best in the league. Look at this, since week 8. Second in the NFL, over 100 yards a game.
Kevin, he's one of these guys. He's 222 pounds. But people ask me, my son asked me this week, what's he have? What's his game? He's got everything. He's got speed. He's got power. He can take it to the perimeter. He sees things very well. What a draft choice in the 5th round for the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, not too bad. Second down and 5. They'll pitch it to Howard. Looking to get the edge. Cuts upfield, not much there. First game break of the day. Let's say hello to Carissa Thompson.
Thanks, Kevin. From one cold game to another, and Packers chasing the Lions in the NFC North, so they'll be happy to see this one. Sterling Shepard, the recipient of a 6-yard pass from Eli Manning. Giants up early, 7-0. Kevin, John, and Pam.
Now that's a good update if you're a Packers fan. And, you know, Green Bay, they've got this game, they've got Minnesota, and then they finish with Detroit. So they are well within striking distance if they get a Lions a loss or 2 from them. Third down and 3. Time. Barkley gets rid of it. Incomplete. That wouldn't have been a first down anyway. He was looking for Jeffrey. Joe Thomas had pretty tight coverage.
And look, Joe Thomas is right there, but Alshon Jeffrey hasn't been playing the last 4 games, but this has been a consistent theme, the drops. John Fox, not an official number, but he said as coaches, we've counted 18 in the last 3 games.
Oh, my goodness.
So I think that makes Matt Barkley's play even a little more impressive. In spite of all those drops, he's had his team in every game.
18 drops in 3 weeks is absurd for an NFL team. And so after some movement, the Bears will punt it away. Micah Hyde waits back. When headed towards the sidelines, and it's going to be down by Bellamy right inside the 1. That's a way to get it done from Pat O'Donnell. He's had a nice year at punter, and he drops it inside the 1. So Aaron Rodgers will come on out with a long way to go. You can see your breath in Chicago. This is football.
Well, you look at this last punt by Pat O'Donnell. Can't do any better. Jay Bellamy, their wide receiver, he's playing the gunner. That's excellent execution by this punt team, pinning the Green Bay Packers back.
I'll tell you what, that punter's had a nice year. He certainly has, Pat O'Donnell. And now it's on the defense of Chicago. Aaron Rodgers took it down the field and scored a touchdown in the opening drive, but they start this from their own 1. They'll throw it. Rodgers stands back there firing. Nelson, Jordy Nelson has the catch. So smooth that he's out to the 21, picking up 20.
You know, Kevin, I think it's something interesting. Typically, you're backed up. You're going to be under center, just trying to get some yardage to get out. But I think Aaron Rodgers not comfortable under center. So Mike McCarthy, so much faith in him. Let's throw it. And Jordy Nelson, what a route runner, just turning LeBlanc around. And Jordy Nelson, his health is starting to come back to him. He's looked like the guy from 2014 here the last couple weeks.
Yeah, he has. He leads the league in touchdown catches with 12. Pressure, Rodgers. He gets away again, just kind of jogging, and now he's taken down for the sack. C.J. Wilson picks it up, his first of the year. We also have an injury. That's Brian Bulaga, the right tackle.
And that, Kevin, that's where the injury's catching up. We talk about the extended plays within the pocket, but now let's not forget Aaron Rodgers is a heck of a runner.
He is.
At quarterback. And you see right here, he just can't accelerate C.J. Wilson running him down.
It was almost like he's like, okay, come and get me. I'm ready to be tackled. Nothing he could do. He's got a bad left hamstring and a bad right calf. Second and 10. 4-man rush. He's got time. He's going to unload. Going deep for Jordy Nelson. Incomplete. Tracy Porter had pretty good coverage, but Nelson had a shot. And it'll be a 3rd and 10.
They're taking their shot. It's an unusual drop by Jordy Nelson, but look at this protection. Terry Bradshaw talking during the pregame show of the offensive line and the job they've been doing. These tackles playing as well as anybody in football. David Bakhtiari, Ryan Bulaga, Jordy Nelson typically catches that ball.
Yeah, sure does. And so the Packers 2 of 2 on third down, including a 3rd and 11 so far today. This is 3rd and 10. Three-man rush, make it 4. Rodgers can bake a cake back there, but now it breaks down, and Rodgers is down. Akeem Hicks comes in to pick up his 8th sack of the year. He had time for a little bit, but no one was open.
It's actually excellent protection again by this Green Bay offensive line, but great
John.
coverage down the field.
We have a flag down deep in the secondary. So let's see.
Holding. Defense number 21. It's a 5-yard penalty from the previous spot and an automatic first down.
Maybe that explains the coverage downfield. Tracy Porter right here working against Jordy Nelson. And again, it's when Aaron Rodgers tries to extend. Tracy Porter reaches for Jordy Nelson. Good call by the officials, and it keeps the drive alive.
Penalties have just destroyed the Bears. I mean, they have really hurt themselves. I mean, last week in the loss to Detroit, they had 11 for 139. You just can't win games with those kinds of numbers, and obviously you give Green Bay a first down. So 1st and 10. Out to the 26. And they'll run it. Montgomery gets a block. Makes a move to the outside. Ty Montgomery has a first down for Green Bay. You know, the most carries he's gotten in a game has been 9. He's made them pretty effective. In fact, the last time they played the Bears, John, he had 9 carries for 60 yards.
But again, watch his patience as a runner. Looks like he's going inside, and then he takes the edge. He's got a wicked stiff arm. Used it twice, once on the touchdown, now to get around LeBlanc. And you better tackle Ty Montgomery's outside leg, because we're seeing right now he likes to take that edge.
The average is 5.2 yards a carry this year. An outstanding number, obviously limited reps. The first down. They'll run it again. Good cut, and look, it's the sneaking through. Still on his feet is Montgomery. Tough running, and he's a little shy of a first down.
I watched Ty Montgomery a lot in his college career at Stanford, and David Shaw did use him in the backfield. He ran a lot of reverses with him, but one thing he did, he broke tackles. And that's what a good runner in this league does. And again, not your typical receiver. He's rocked up, 220 pounds. Look at the physicality in that run, finishing it.
Rocked up, you mean muscular, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's running hard today. Christian Michael gives him a breather as number 32 comes in the backfield, the former Seahawk. He'll get it. Michael, and he's got a Green Bay first down, I believe. That should pick up 2 and move the chain. So Montgomery, you talked about his running at Stanford, John. 39 carries, 334 yards, 4 touchdowns at Stanford, where he was primarily a receiver. Is this a permanent solution for them? And running back Eddie Lacy's a free agent after the year, I believe.
I think they're going to let it play out. But Mike McCarthy said, look, before this game, he's earned more touches.
Yeah.
We've got to give it to him. And you know, from the early looks of today, he's going to be a busy man.
6 carries, 28 yards today. 7th play of the drive that started out on their own 1. They go from the pistol. They run it from the near side, and that time the Bears are up to the task. Michael bounced off the first tackle, but not the next few. Kwiatkowski was there. He had some help, too.
Really good team defense. McPhee doesn't make the tackle, but he slows him down. You see McPhee coming in. Now puts the edge on it. That's important. And then here comes the rest of that Bears defense. Good hustle to the football.
Overall, defensively, the Bears are 7th in the league, John, in yardage, and they have gotten better. So far, Green Bay, up until that point, has had their way. On 2nd down, they throw it far side, looking for the rookie. Geronimo Allison makes the catch. And Allison going to get into Chicago territory Trayvon LeBlanc, another rookie, brought him down.
Here comes the tempo as they substitute Aaron Rodgers at the line of scrimmage. He's always looking at a team trying to catch them on these substitution patterns. That time, the Bears got away with it. Good substitution. They get fresh pass rushers in. Aaron Rodgers typically doesn't allow for that because he'll snap the ball numerous times this year. He's caught a defense with 12 guys on the field.
Vic Fangio, defensive coordinator for this Bears team. He's as good as it gets in the league. But now we get a timeout. So I think they got the subs on, but they ended up calling a timeout anyway. We will too. Third down's coming up, and we're back. It is cold at Soldier Field today. Other updates: Giants in front of the Lions, 7-zip. Colts over the Vikings, 10-0. So that's all good news. If you're a Packers fan today, obviously the Lions are leading the division. Vikings and Packers have the same record, and they'll play next week. Third down and 5 as we come off the Bears timeout. Rodgers, here comes a blitz, and he's down. Vic Fangio called a rare blitz, and DeMontre Hurst gets the sack.
It's smart by Vic Fangio, and that's exactly what Vic Fangio is. He knows Aaron Rodgers can't elude pressure with this calf injury of his. He doesn't feel the pressure, and then once he brings it, he just doesn't have the wheels underneath him to escape. Excellent call and excellent play by DeMontre Hurst.
And so Bears defense gets a hold. Shum will punt it away. Here's Trayvon LeBlanc. Returnable, gets off the knee, up the middle, across the 25, and that's where Chicago will take over. With 1:31 to go in this first quarter, 7-0. Green Bay in front. I mean, listen, do you think Santa's not a Cub fan after that postseason? Come on. Small screen, stadium-sized content. Watch live local Sunday games on your smartphone with NFL Mobile. Good to see Santa Claus in attendance. Packers, very fashionable. I always like the pom-pom. It's a good look. And today, when it's now officially up to 10 degrees, wind chill probably right around 0, you do anything you can to stay warm. 7-0 Packers. Along with Pam Oliver, John Lynch, I'm Kevin Burkhardt in Chicago. Glad to have you along for the ride as Barkley will throw it on first. Barkley's going to come back to the near side. He's got Howard who slides down and make the grab. And he gets across to the 31. Does Howard for a gain of 3.
Kevin, when I talked in the open about they've started to form an identity, a lot of that's around Jordan Howard. They run the football, and then a lot of that right there, play action with max protection, and that gives Barkley a lot of time. He's only been sacked 3 times since he's been the quarterback. Been very effective getting rid of the football.
A lot of time on that play. On second down, they'll give it to Howard. Quick cuts. And Howard with a short gain. Packers played it well. You know, for Barkley and for this Bears team, you know, you're thinking, okay, all the Bears fans are thinking towards the future. Well, Jay Cutler, is he going to be back? Right, he's injured, he's out for the year. And who's going to be the quarterback? Does Barkley have a shot from the small sample size that you've seen?
I think they're going to let this thing play out. But I think as of right now, they would certainly let him compete. They would probably like to bring someone else in. That's the big question here, because John Fox says we're going to be in striking distance in a year. Cap room, draft choices, they've got that coming their way. But that's the critical decision for him.
Big decision. Clay Matthews in the game, probably the last play of the first quarter. Blitz is coming. Barkley in trouble. Barkley gets out of it. Look at the move. Looking downfield. Firing deep. And is it caught? No, incomplete. Bellamy with a terrific effort. That would have been an unbelievable play by Barkley and Bellamy.
I think Matt Barkley looking like another number 12 Aaron Rodgers running around, making a great play. Bellamy can't bring it in. Well, Matt Barkley does a tremendous job eluding the pressure, throws it downfield. Looks like Bellamy has it. Great finish by Randall. And Bellamy comes up with a face full of grass instead of the ball.
I think if Randall, we looked at it in the break, I think if Randall doesn't make that play, I think it's a catch.
I agree with you.
It's just a good play all around. But what it does is force Chicago to punt. Patrick O'Donnell with a beauty the first time to put the Packers at the 1. The second quarter is underway. Micah Hyde, the returner. Hyde looking near side. We get a penalty flag. Eludes one tackler and then skirts up to the 20 line. Here comes another penalty flag. So we got to sort out some penalties before Green Bay will have it for their third possession.
Kevin, you and I were talking about it before the game. Pat O'Donnell, about middle of the road in statistics. Every time we do one of his games, though,
oh my goodness,
he's unbelievable.
So sorting out the calls. It's Patrick O'Donnell. Jeff Rogers, special teams coach for Chicago, is very pleased with him. Third year out of Miami. He's a big guy. So they have a couple flags to discuss here.
There were 2 fouls during the play, both by the receiving team. During the return, holding receiving team number 83. That penalty will be declined. During the kick, holding number 50 of the receiving team. That penalty will be accepted. It's 10 yards from the end of the kick. Green Bay's ball, first down.
All right, so there we go. Packers ball to move it back a little bit with the penalty, and there's Aaron Rodgers, who has gotten off to a good start despite dealing with that calf. Aaron Rodgers in December, as a lot of great quarterbacks are, well, they win. 15-1 at home. Look at those numbers. They're sick. On the road, though, it's a little bit more pedestrian. 7 of 8, 25 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Certainly not bad. But here is the thing. Against the chief rivals, against Chicago, he has dominated 3-1 at Soldier Field. And the Packers overall have won 6 straight here in Chicago.
Well, Aaron Rodgers is a guy who seems to thrive when his back is against the wall. And we see it this season, 4-6. He talks about running the table. That's what they're doing. Third down, red zone, when it's supposed to be the toughest, that's when he shines most.
So they start from their own 10 this time, and they'll run it to Montgomery. Dancing around, good move, breaks a tackle, spins out. Ty Montgomery! Still going, Montgomery into Bears territory. What a run from Montgomery.
Kevin, I think he's a running back. I mean, you look at this, Leonard Floyd, Kwiatkowski, they have him dead to rights. Timu has his hands on him, and then here comes the acceleration, the strength. Ty Montgomery looking like a seasoned running back. Another weapon for these Green Bay Packers as they play deep in December.
John, a 61-yard run. He's got a new career high in rushing yards with 89 yards after that one. Christian Michael will give him break in the backfield. We get a penalty.
False start. Offense, number 89. 5-yard penalty. It's still first down.
That's on Jared Cook. Yes, so we're talking about Montgomery, John. The highest carries he's had this year in the game is 9. He's got 7. And it's the first half, and I think they're going to keep running him because he's got 89 yards.
I think Mike McCarthy likes running him. This versus these Bears, as you alluded to earlier, his career high in carries is against the Bears in week 7 with 9. And like you said, he's nearly there. And Mike McCarthy told us that. He wanted 15-plus touches today. And I think he's going to easily exceed that.
After the penalty, 1st and 15. The 3-man rush. Rodgers trotting out, firing on the run. He's got Jordy Nelson. And Nelson makes the catch down to the 24 that time. He's going to pick up 10 back.
Kevin, we talk about how it's chaos with a purpose. And it's schoolyard. But watch Jordy Nelson up top, how he stays alive. They practice this. They know it, and they're on the same page. And Jordy Nelson is good as anybody at it. Staying alive, finding open space for Aaron Rodgers because he knows Aaron Rodgers is so effective at extending these plays.
John, the Packers with 176 yards. Bears just 32 so far. Of course, the Packers have had the ball for almost 13 minutes in this first half. 7-0 they lead it on the move again. And they'll run it again. It's been successful. This is Michael. And Kwiatkowski is there. Going to be about a yard shy of this first down.
Talk about being on the same page, and Jordy Nelson and Aaron Rodgers getting nearing the record for touchdowns for a combo. And you think Favre and Antonio Freeman, all these guys, he's right there.
57 total touchdowns at that combo, John. That actually ties Favre and Freeman, which is hard to believe when you think. You feel like Favre and Freeman played forever. And these guys are already at that number. 3rd down and 1. Montgomery back in the game. They're going to pitch it. Montgomery breaks away from one tackle, not the next couple. Bears played it well. C.J. Wilson was there.
C.J. Wilson really in there because Eddie Goldman and his bulky ankle, but he's made a couple plays today. McPhee really making that play by getting outside, turning it back, and then C.J. Wilson came running.
McPhee's had a couple that don't show up on the stat sheet, but it's kind of helped. But now a 4th down and 2. Green Bay going to go. Packers 7 of 16 on 4th down on the year. Play clock at 1, and Rodgers sees it. He calls a timeout. And so the Packers use their first timeout. John, you were talking about the communication with Rodgers and Nelson, and obviously tied for first in the record books, but it is something special.
This is one of the coolest things I've ever seen on film. This is last week versus the Seahawks. Jordy Nelson on one of these look at him point, but then not just run right away. He points and then holds it. Aaron Rodgers throws it, and then he moves. Just incredible. I talked to Jordy on the field about that play, and he said that one was cool. That even impressed us. It really is one of the coolest things, but it speaks to how these guys, it's just simpatico. I know you, you know me. Call it recess, call it schoolyard, but it works, and it's very effective.
But hold on, so you've been in that position that Cam Chancellor was in, so don't you see him pointing? Don't you know it's coming?
Yeah, but I don't know if you see that. You're staring at the chest. DBs aren't used to playing that long, and that's what Aaron Rodgers does. He tires defensive linemen because he extends all these plays, and you're used to covering for 3 Mississippi. When you're asked to cover for 8 Mississippi, you just run out of options.
Yeah.
It's hard. Even the best. Cam Chancellor's a great player. Hard to do.
So this is interesting. The Packers have dominated this first half so far. Instead of kicking a field goal well within range of Mason Crosby, they're going to go, even after the timeout. So 4th and 2. Rodgers has time. Looking. Pressure. Down he goes. It took a while, but the Bears finally got there. It's Pernell McPhee, and the Bears will take over.
Well, again, that's where it's getting Aaron Rodgers. Typically, he takes off, run, gets his first down. He can't with the calf. Excellent coverage by these Chicago Bears on the 4th down. There's Tracy Porter blanketing Davante Adams. Watch Jordy Nelson. He's going to come free, but by this point, Aaron Rodgers has already looked to the other side. Great job by that Chicago D.
And the Bears, even though Rodgers had time, John, they've got 3 sacks already against Rodgers. Another one was taken away from a penalty, so they are getting there, and that calf has been a factor in that. And so the Packers have dominated. They're up 7-0, but here comes Chicago with Jordan Howard. And he gets belted after picking up 2. Christian Ringo, backup defensive tackle, on the stop. So there you see 172 yards. They've had possession for nearly 15 minutes, but it's only 7-0.
It's kind of the characteristic of a Vic Fangio coach defense. You're going to get some yards. He's going to make it awful tough to get in the end zone.
That time they went for it on 4th, didn't pay off. The fake blitz picked up, throw caught over the middle to Deontay Thompson. And Matt Barkley has looked good so far.
And as I've studied Matt Barkley, this is his best throw. We call it a dig route, an in-breaker at about 10 to 12 yards. See Davante, he throws into windows. He anticipates those throws very well. He trusts it. And here's been the big problem, finishing the catch for the Bears receivers right there. Deontay Thompson does a fine job.
Bears playing without Eddie Royal today. They're number 2 wide receiver, so now these young guys get a chance. There's a fake coming over the middle. That's Cameron Meredith. Makes a good move, and another. Cameron Meredith with the juke and jive out to a first down. And a 12-yard gain.
Kevin, he's a receiver that I think they found something on this year. It's really come to the forefront. He's in his second year. He's very smooth, and he's got kind of a smooth and sudden explosiveness. He's very savvy. He changes his tempos, but he's got that burst. He's got excellent hands. I really like the way he plays.
And a first down.
Hurry up!
They will run it to Howard, and it's been tough sledding against these Packers so far. No gain on first down. Game break. Let's check in with Carissa Thompson.
Thanks, Kevin. Keeping an eye on the NFC North for you here. Robert Turbin, 1-yard run, has Indy up early, 10-0. So far, Adrian Peterson's return, quiet, 3 carries, 3 yards. Kevin, John, and Pam.
Thank you, Carissa. The Vikings are 2-6 since their 5-0 start. By the way, the Giants are leading the Lions 7-3. As the other scores in this NFC North race, which is still open, even though Detroit's at a 2-game lead. There's Barkley, 2nd and 9. Late pressure. Slides away. Fires complete. He's got Thompson again. Over the middle. And another Chicago first down.
And again, Matt Barkley doing his best Aaron Rodgers impersonation, extending the play. It's not there right away. Take a couple steps back, eyes downfield, and fire it in there. Matt Barkley, he's impressed me. I think he's impressed these Bears coaches, the Packers coaches as well. They said, look, there's an energy he's brought. He's running this offense well.
He's off to a good start here today. They'll fake the run. They'll throw it again. Barkley comes near side. Another completion. Why not? Keep going back to the well. It's Thompson again. And so Deontay Thompson, the 4th-year man from Florida, had his first career touchdown against the Titans a couple weeks ago, is playing a big role. That's his 4th catch for 62 yards.
And look at the fundamentals of the catch. Here's what you got to do when you've been struggling with drops. You got to look it in. You got to trust the hands. Deontay Thompson does it.
Howard up the middle. This is a good run for Jordan Howard. Finally a seam, and he's inside the 10. Jordan Howard trying to get him going here.
Look at these pretty pictures. Not huge cracks in the NFL. They're going to be tiny holes. You got to find a way to get through them, and Jordan Howard has shown very proficient in doing that. You got to be a little concerned. He came off a little ginger there. There he is on the sideline.
That is a concern. So Kadeem Carey will come in at tailback, number 25. Hasn't been used a ton this year. 3rd-year man from Arizona. 2nd and 4. They'll give it to Carey. And not much. Maybe 2 on the play. Joe Thomas, the linebacker, in on the tackle, so 3rd and short.
See Joe Thomas. Boy, the sticker. Knocked the sticker right off Kadeem Carey's.
That's unreal.
It really is. The decal, maybe the cold, but wow, unbelievable. Joe Thomas, Kevin, he's typically their dime nickel linebacker, but the last couple of weeks has impressed these coaches with his physical play.
He's just got a plain old helmet now. 3rd down and 3. It's been a good Bears drive. Play clock at 2. Blitz coming. Barkley back, throwing corner of the end zone for Meredith. Incomplete. Coverage there by Quentin Rollins. And so now the Bears look like they'll try a field goal.
On those routes, they're called corner routes, 7 routes. There's always, you read it on the run, on the quarterback's leverage and angle. Right there, Barkley thinks he's going to the back pylon. Meredith tries to cut it off a little flatter and miscommunication.
So Connor Barth will come on and try a 26-yard field goal, get the Bears on the board. Barth puts it home. Chicago on the board, 7-3. The Packers lead now in the oldest rivalry in the NFL, 194th meeting. And it's cold in Chicago the way we like it. 7-3 the score in the second. That is Virginia McCaskey. Don't tell her it's cold out. She's at every single game. The owner of this Bears franchise doesn't miss one. And look at this rivalry, John. It's the oldest in the league. And look what separates it coming into today. A point. One win and a point for all the times they've played.
You know who that wasn't lost on? Aaron Rodgers. We're talking to him on Friday. And he says, look, I don't want to talk about calf. I want to talk about how cool it would be to even up this series after 83 years.
That's pretty neat. This is one of the good ones. Back to 1923. We've got a good one today. That keeps you warm or not. Wind chill -5. That guy's got the right idea. That's what you expect. I mean, Bears, Packers, come on. It's got to be cold, right, John, in December? I mean, you know, I could do maybe without the single digits, but tell you what, you give a lot of credit to our camera guys who are out there today because they have the toughest job here bringing you these pictures. Here's Rodgers on first down. Going to sling it across the middle. He's got Montgomery who makes the grab for a short game.
Kevin, you think about the predicament. We've seen Ty Montgomery as a runner. Right there is a minimal gain. But now you think about the matchup problem he creates. Linebackers have to cover him in the pass game. That's a straight mismatch because he was an effective receiver. So it's bigger than just his rushing yards. Another mismatch that they're throwing at people.
Has been a huge factor today. Only picked up 2 on second down. Rodgers coming near side, and he's got a completion. Jordy Nelson on the grab, but that's going to bring up third down and short.
This has been, those 2 throws, a little reflective of the way the Packers in the past, we remember the explosive plays down the field. It's been a little more dink and dunk for Aaron Rodgers this year. They're throwing more than ever. It's the controlled, short passing game. I think the explosion's going to start coming. I see Jordy Nelson getting healthier from this ACL. I think the big plays are coming. We saw them last week, and I think they're on their way. But the dink and dunk's been a big part of their success.
And it's worked thus far. 3rd and 3 here. Pressure. Rodgers trying to get away. Looking, throwing, flubbed in the air, out of bounds, and incomplete. And Rodgers down on the ground at the end of that play. He had pressure from Kwiatkowski and Washington. A lot of guys not getting up here after that play. That is Washington, the defensive tackle. And you see he got a shot from T.J. Lang. And Lang took a little bit of it too. Injury timeout as you take a look at Washington.
Watch this contact, Kevin. What do they say? Force equals mass times velocity. I think that's how it goes. But that's some mass and that's some velocity. T.J. Lang running into Cornelius Washington.
That is some collision. T.J. Lang is one tough dude. You know, he had broken foot surgery 3 weeks ago. They said it's an injury that keeps you out 2 months. Guy's playing the last 2 weeks. And it's cold, so that hurts. But the Bears D gets a hold. And so the Packers will punt it away. 4:31 to go in this first half. 7-3 Green Bay. Fair catch called for by LeBlanc, and the Bears will start on their own 35. We get a flag back at the 24 too, so we'll wait and see what that is.
It's going to be a hold on the wing on the punt return, on the punt coverage.
During the kick, holding number 29. Correction, holding number 29 of the kicking team. That 10-yard penalty will be added to the dead ball spot. First down, Chicago.
That's a pretty good catch by Ron Torbert. As we welcome you to the booth, see the breath. It's one of those good days. John Lynch and I'm Kevin Burkhardt. I'll tell you what, this game looked like it was going to be 20-0 Green Bay, but the Bears have kind of held their own.
They have, and I think a lot of that, Kevin, I think we're seeing Aaron Rodgers. He's been magical extending, but once he tries to leave the pocket, that calf injury's kept catching up, and the Bears have done a nice job of bringing that rush late. They're starting to sack him, and so he's going to have to do a little more throwing on time within the pocket. But the Bears are right here. Matt Barkley looks good again, so here they are with the chance to go ahead.
And we'll see if they can do it. 7-3 your score. Each team with 2 timeouts, 4:24 to go in this first half, and here come the Bears. Good field position from their own 45.
Mike 50. Mike 50. 50. Triple. Hurry.
Howard Running left, looking for some help. Fighting his way to about the 49. Game break. Let's check in with Curt Menefee.
Well, Green Bay fans are like this. Minnesota is getting thumped right now by Indianapolis. Andrew Luck picking up with Eric Swoop for his first NFL touchdown, undrafted out of the U. It's 17-0 right now in the second quarter. And just to make you guys feel better, we had to turn down the air conditioning because it got so cold here in the studio.
You know, I can't even come back with that because I'm a studio guy sometimes too. So what can I say? Well done, Curt. There you see the scores. Minnesota is really struggling, even with Adrian Peterson back today. Second down from the shotgun. Blitz picked up. Barkley lets it fly. Meredith has it inside the 20. A beauty from Barkley and a big gainer to Cameron Meredith for 34.
It always starts with protection. Excellent protection by this offensive line. See Clay Matthews coming off the corner, Howard picking up, Jake Ryan, and then Kevin, I think it's becoming quite apparent this kid can throw the football. He's one of the highest recruits in the country out of Mater Dei High School, going to USC. Kind of went quiet in his professional career, but he's showing, listen, I want a chance. He's stating his case.
Well, he looks good today on first down. Here come the Bears over the middle again. Nice adjustment by Daniel Brown, the tight end, who reaches behind him to make the grab. And it's his first of the game. He's going to pick up 8 yards. You know, more on Barkley. The thing is, John, he was a star, you know, as you look at this beautiful shot here, but he had a shoulder injury, you know, coming out. So his stock fell in the draft as a result. Got drafted in the 4th round, and he's never really had a shot, so you don't really know what he's got at this level.
I love how he talked, though. You know, it's almost as if he knew his day would come. He had to do everything in his power to prepare, so when he got his chance, he'd be on point.
Bellamy makes the catch. A stiff arm! Touchdown! Wow! Ran over Demarius Randall.
Well, listen, Josh Bellamy, he has shown a lot as a receiver. His only hurdle has been catching the ball. Kind of important at the receiver. Right there, he catches it, and then a legal stiff arm. I'm saying not illegal, but legal stiff arm by Bellamy, forcing himself in the end zone.
Bellamy's first touchdown. That's got to feel good because he has had some monster drops. But that one, a beauty of a play, and the Bears have taken the lead here. So, boy, has the momentum in this game turned. Low snap. Nice job put down by O'Donnell. And the kick is up and good. Look at Barkley. The kid's getting a chance, and he's delivering. And his Bears in front of the pack in Chicago. Matt Barkley's having a day. You know, it started off slow for this Bears offense, but on that drive, 3 of 3, 52 yards. Just look at the smile.
He got $1 million smile. Great teeth from Matt Barkley.
Great teeth. So here's what you got so far. Look at this. Barkley is matching up with Aaron Rodgers so far. Amazing how this has turned. I mean, this felt like Green Bay was going to blow this game out by halftime, and all of a sudden the Bears in the league, and Packers have a fight on their hands now.
And Kevin, when we talked and we were amazed by Aaron Rodgers' ability to play with these injuries, but today you can see he just doesn't have that last gear to get out of trouble. And the schoolyard aspect of extending is such a part of this offense. He can't do it right now. And so within the pocket, he's dangerous. Out of the pocket, he just can't do it.
Yeah, and we'll see how much that factors in. Bears have 3 sacks today. Here's Montgomery who does it all. Returning the kick. And he is tackled by Bellamy, who just scored the touchdown at the 15. How about that? America's fastest growing sports show, John, is on FS1.
Tomorrow we discuss today's NFL action.
And the return of Tony Romo as Cowboys starter.
That's not funny. Undisputed 9:30 Eastern FS1.
So now it's on Aaron Rodgers with 2:11 to go in the half. Green Bay with 2 timeouts and the 2-minute warning. And with Bellamy, you got to feel good for him, John. Gosh, he had a touchdown drop that would have won him a game against Tennessee. He had a drop on 4th down last week. Could he continue to drive against the Lions? Fun to see him playing well and having an impact here today. So here comes Rodgers. TJ Lang, by the way, is in the game for that vicious block, so he appears to be fine. Number 70 for Green Bay on that line. Rodgers going to loft it up near side, too high for Jared Cook. Amos, the safety, was there on the coverage.
You watch this offensive line for the Packers. I've got so much respect for them because of the way Aaron Rodgers plays. They've got a pass block longer than anybody in this league, probably the Seattle Seahawks. But you see the Seattle Seahawks, they don't do it nearly as well. These guys give Aaron Rodgers so much time. This David Bakhtiari, I don't think there's a better left tackle in football right now. We always speak of Trent Williams and Jason Peters. No one's playing than the left tackle for the Green Bay Packers.
Second down. Pressure. Rodgers sidesteps on the run. He's got Cook wide open. First down and then some. Out across the 35. And that'll take us down to the 2-minute warning. So the Packers find themselves trailing in Chicago, but on the move after a 21-yard gain to the tight end. 10-7. We're back. Follow your favorite team all season long. Go to iTunes.com/NFL on a 10-degree day. Wind chill much colder than that. I love that. Here in Chicago, along with Pam Oliver, John Lynch, I'm Kevin Burkhardt. Fun game so far. Packers need it. They've won 3 in a row. On the outside looking into this playoff race right now, they've got to have today. And it's Green Bay 1st and 10. Ball on their own 36. They've got 2 timeouts left, so plenty of time in the half. Here's Rodgers. Blitz coming. Rodgers lets it fly deep for Jordy Nelson. Adjusting. Can't make the play. Trayvon LeBlanc came back to interfere. And Rodgers is hot.
I tell you, there's 2 balls downfield that Jordy Nelson typically brings in. We saw the drop earlier. It's a good finish by LeBlanc, but that's a ball Jordy Nelson typically catches. LeBlanc grabbing that right arm. That's what you love about this LeBlanc, the way he finishes. He's a feisty competitor. They think they've found a player in their back end in Trayvon LeBlanc. Waived by New England in training camp. They picked him up, and he's paying dividends.
And so a misconnection on the deep ball. 2nd and 10. 1:50 to go in the half. 4-man rush. Rodgers coming near side. Wide open. It's Cook, who's had a big first half here today.
He just looks good. Jared Cook has had trouble staying healthy this year. But Aaron Rodgers loving having a presence at the tight end position. This offense has always been very effective when they have a strong tight end. They've got it in Jared Cook. Great concentration.
He's got 4 catches, 77 yards, John. Remember, he had a lung contusion against the Seahawks last week. He practiced just fine. And a first down. And so here we go. On the carry. It's Montgomery running wild. Ty Montgomery still going. What a run. He's over 100 yards on the day after a pickup of 36.
Well, he shows it all right here. The vision, the explosion. Look at the block by T.J. Lang pulling. But right here, where's he going to go? He goes outside, and then watch the will, just carrying people with that strength. 10 yards he carries Bears defenders.
I think we're going to stop calling him a wide receiver. I know he's wearing number 88, but that ship has sailed. He has been terrific. 123 yards on the day and a 1st and 10 from the 16. Under a minute to go in the half. They'll quick throw it. Far side. Cook tackled immediately. Nowhere to go. DeMontre Hurst with a nice play. We got a timeout. We'll take a 30-second break. Back in a moment. Ty Montgomery is tied a career high with rushing attempts in a game, and he's well over his career high in rushing yards. 123 yards already. He's had a run over 60, a run over 30 so far. But now can the Packers get on the board? 2nd and 10 with 50 seconds to go in this first half. Rodgers going to go deep, going for the end zone. Dropped! Adams had it. It's like the dropsies have turned over from the Bears to the Packers today.
Well, Adams just killed him in the Week 7 game, had 13 catches, 123 yards, 2 touchdowns. Right there, 1 in his hands. And he's doing his best impression of a Bears wide receiver with the big drop.
Adams has the most receiving yards in the league since week 7. He's only got 1 catch today. Obviously, he dropped that one. So, 3rd and 10. 46 seconds to go in the half. Rodgers stepping, looking, has time, firing, end zone. Nelson, intercept, dropped. Bush had his hands all over it. He couldn't hold on. Well, it is 10 degrees, John, and maybe that's a factor here. These guys having a hard time catching it.
Well, he was looking for, Aaron Rodgers was the NFL leader in touchdown receptions. Watch Jordy Nelson. We saw the point earlier. Watch Jordy Nelson. There's another point. This is becoming part of their game. But Deion Bush not having any of it. Difference between a good play and a great play. That's a good play. Great play is intercepting it, not letting him kick the field goal.
This for the tie. Crosby looks like it's partially blocked, and it got over. That didn't look pretty, but it got the job done, and we are tied with 32 seconds to go in the half. Let's take a closer look, see if somebody got their hand on it. I think so, but it's still 3 points. We're tied at 10. And Kurt, nice job. So this field goal, we looked and looked. I couldn't tell. I don't think it was blocked, John.
I don't think it was blocked at all. I think he just hit a knuckleballer. Tough to kick in these conditions. But it counts as 3 points as it gets through. One thing that is undisputed, watch Datone Jones grab Sherrick McManus's face mask and pull. McManus was livid coming off the sideline, and I understand why.
So, all that being said, Mason Crosby with the field goal ties it up. 32 seconds to go. Bears have 2 timeouts left. Short kick. Thompson. And he's taken down outside the 20. So, see if John Fox tries to go for it. With 26 seconds to go and 2 timeouts in this half. First half for Matt Barkley so far. 9 of 12, 128 yards, and a touchdown. And he's been on point.
Kevin, he can throw it. He really can. He throws on time. That makes offensive linemen love you because you don't take sacks. You see the quick throws. You've seen throws downfield. You've seen him extending, buying time to take the ball downfield. I've been very impressed, as I have through his first 3 starts. He's really making a case that he wants this job moving forward.
We'll go out of the shotgun here. And going to come to Thompson, who's had a big first half. That's a gain shy of the 30. And a timeout now. Chicago with 1 timeout left. So who is Matt Barkley, in case you missed, didn't watch any college football? I mean, this guy was a star. First freshman ever to start USC's opener. And you see what he did as a Trojan. There's drafted in the 4th round for the Eagles. Fell a little bit at a shoulder injury coming out. Didn't get a chance to play there. So he's traded to Arizona. Didn't get a chance to play there. And so he moved around again. That's what Barkley has done. He's never gotten a chance to really play until he moved to Chicago, signed by the Bears, taken off the practice squad. And then with all the injuries this year, Cutler has been hurt. Hoyer, of course, played pretty well, and he broke his arm against the Bears. And that's where Barkley got his first taste at Lambeau Field. But now making his 4th NFL start in a row. Back to throw. Going far side, that's Meredith. He's got a first down, looking to get out of bounds, and he won't do it with 12 seconds left. And imagine the Bears will call their final timeout, and they do. So 11 seconds to go.
Kevin, I think Barkley's very representative. He's a guy who was playing preseason ball for the Arizona Cardinals. They liked the way he was playing. The Bears did. When the Cardinals put him on waivers, they pounced. And that's what the Bears have done. They're trying to build this team, more transactions than anybody in football under John Fox. You see the 78 transaction, very reminiscent of Seattle back when Pete Carroll and John Schneider first got there. They're looking for players. They found some gems with guys like Cre'Von LeBlanc, that corner waived by New England. Now Barkley, their starting quarterback, and Josh Sitton, a true free agent they went out and paid big bucks for.
And his first game against his former team. No timeouts left. Barkley going sideline. Thompson again gets it, rolls on out. And that'll stop the clock with 5 seconds to go here. So at the very least, the Bears will have a shot.
And now I think you really got to put it up down the field for the Hail Mary. tough to kick those long field goals in these conditions. The ball just doesn't go as far.
This would be an insane field goal too, John. This is like a 62-yard field goal in 10-degree weather. That's a pretty impossible task. Meanwhile, Thompson, 6 catches, 89 yards, only 11 catches on the year. He's been featured today. So 5 seconds left, probably the last play of the first half. And Packers going to call their final timeout. So we got a little surprise here in Chicago as we've got ourselves a game, and maybe not such a surprise because Chicago's actually played well the last 2 weeks. How about Green Bay? You know, Rodgers is so tough. Can he get through this and really produce enough for this Green Bay offense?
Well, he could use a week off, but
Yeah.
he doesn't have that luxury because they're right in the midst, as you said, right now on the outside looking in. You think, though, what could happen? They win. They run the table like Aaron. That last week against Detroit's going to set up for the division winner. And, you know, this team's peaking at the right time. That's to be sure.
10-10 here. Final play of the half likely. Barkley to throw. Pressure. Steps away. Throws it down. Looking for the end zone. Jump ball. Tipped and intercepted. It is intercepted by Micah Hyde, and that will do it. End of the first half, and a good one here from Chicago. Temperatures cold. Each team playing hard. A little tip ball right to Micah Hyde. 10-10 game. Bears and Packers from cold Chicago. Halftime show is coming up with Kurt, Terry, Howie, Michael, and Jimmy from L.A. We go there right now. First half moments brought to you by Head and Shoulders. Montgomery, first rushing touchdown of his career last week. Make it number 2. What a drive for Green Bay. Bellamy makes the catch. A stiff arm. Touchdown. Wow. Look at the smile.
He got $1 million smile. Great teeth from Matt Barkley.
Great teeth. That was First Half Moments brought to you by Head and Shoulders. As we welcome you back to Chicago. It's cold. It feels like December football. In the NFC North, 10-10 Packers and Bears, and there's a couple of things. Look at this first half, maybe some anomalies. We welcome you to the booth. He's John Lynch. I'm Kevin Burkhardt. So a couple drops for the Packers. We don't usually see that from them. Ty Montgomery's been great. And then you said Chicago will be in this without Jordan Howard being a factor. I think you'd think you were crazy, but that's what's happened.
Now, Barkley's been very good, and I think that's what you probably want some more of, though. We got to get Jordan Howard going. I think that does a couple of things. Look, it gets their offense, makes their play-action game more effective. It also keeps Clay Matthews, the Packers' best rusher, on the sidelines. They're trying to substitute him only on passing downs. So I think if Howard can get going, that bodes well for the Bears.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Montgomery's been great for Green Bay. And Green Bay had a couple drops, including a touchdown just before the half. So the Bears get the ball to start it. They'll start on their own 25. Let's go down to the sidelines with Pam Oliver.
Hey there, Kevin. I asked Mike McCarthy if he has to alter anything to accommodate Aaron Rodgers' calf injury. He says no. I asked him a couple of times. He says, you know what? We'll be fine. As far as they go for the Chicago Bears, John Fox, he said that we have got to do a better job, obviously, stopping their run game, maybe load the box. He also said of his quarterback, that's what he has been doing. He's been playing well, so he is not surprised.
Pam, thanks. You know, I think sometimes loading the box against Montgomery, he's broken through it anyway, so we'll see how that plays out. Bears will start off the half with the football. 10-10, pressure coming. Strip sack, it's on the ground. Green Bay recovers. It's the ageless Julius Peppers.
Kevin, you said the ageless one. He's 36 years old. They're playing him more snaps. They held him early this year so he would be effective when it matters most. I would say that's effective, running right by Charles Leno, not only sacking him, but getting the strip sack. His 143rd sack of his career, Julius Peppers. A great one, still playing great at 36 years old.
Unbelievable. 5th all-time in sacks in the National Football League. What a start to the half. So all that stuff Pam just told us, well, that changes everything. When you get the strip sack by Peppers, and now you set Green Bay up in this great field position on the 17.
Now they got to capitalize. They've been down here a bunch. Now you got to stick it in the end zone. And the Bears making that tough. Give them some credit as well.
Start out with Montgomery in the backfield. Rodgers 12 of 19, 139 yards in the first half. Rodgers, he senses pressure, buys some time, throws on the run inside the 10. And he's got a completion there to Cook, who's had a huge game so far.
Kevin, I talked about David Bakhtiari. Watch him right here against Leonard Floyd. This is an excellent rusher. And it looks like he's going to get the edge on Bakhtiari, but Bakhtiari, so fundamentally sound, continues to fight. He's just playing as well as any left tackle in football. That gives Aaron Rodgers the time to extend and make that completion.
I think Rodgers said it best about Bakhtiari. He told us he's the guy you just don't worry about.
They never give him help either. Most teams you see guys chipping, they just stick him out there and says block him all day.
2nd and 2, Montgomery, good cuts. And Ty Montgomery has a first down.
You know, it helps a lot too, because we saw it in pregame. Aaron looked good when he was in the shotgun under center. It was an effort for him to get back. Ty Montgomery's a really good shotgun runner. Some runners need their quarterback under the center. He's new to the position, so looks like he's even more effective from the shotgun.
Again, if you just turned us on, Rodgers' right calf injury last week, and now we get a Packers. Corey Linsley, starting center, just walked off. Don Barclay.
He lost a shoe.
It might have broken us. Here comes Don Barclay. He'll come and snap here on a 1st and goal. They'll give it to Montgomery. Good cutback. But the Bears all over it. We get a flag. Willie Young is on top of that play. Now let's get the call from Ron Torbert.
Holding. Offense number 70. 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
TJ Lang on the call.
There's TJ Lang working against Akeem Hicks. Not a whole lot there, but they call it and backs the Packers up.
Corey Linsley's trying to get back in the game. He said, hey, can I go now? He's pointing. There he comes.
Give that equipment man a bonus. He was like a NASCAR pit crew over there getting that shoe taken care of in the cold weather. Took the gloves off. Solid effort.
I had a boot change earlier. It took me 10 minutes to get one shoe off. I don't know how he pulled that off. So 1st and goal. After the penalty, they're backed up on the 16. Rodgers firing end zone going. Adams, he dropped it again! What in the world is going on for the Packers today?
I think there's a virus in Chicago. The Bears have had it, and Davante Adams seems to have caught it or not caught it. The second one in the end zone by Davante Adams. His hands have been so good this year, flawless. And he can't even believe it. His second drop touchdown.
That huge drops, 4 big drops, John, today. This is Nelson, could have come down with that. Jordy's usually sure-handed. This one, he got his arm taken down by LeBron, but this is a beauty. So Packers have a bunch of sure-handed guys, not today. And yeah, it's cold, so that certainly is a factor. 2nd and goal. Time. Rodgers surveying, goes back left. Here comes Young on the chase. He's going to run with the bad calf and everything, and he'll jog out of bounds inside the 10. That's probably the last thing that Mike McCarthy wants to see right now.
You know, one thing I've learned about Aaron Rodgers over the years, he doesn't like incompletions. So it's either find someone right away or I'm going to work until someone is open. And even with his calf, Jordy Nelson, Randall Cobb still without a catch. This deep into the game, these Bear defensive backs doing a really nice job staying with the Packers receivers.
Play clock at 1. They get it off. 3rd and goal. Blitz picked up. Rodgers has all day. Looking, going to try and run it in. Rodgers shy of the goal. And a 4th and goal. Now what does Mike McCarthy do from here?
What an effort by Aaron Rodgers. See the good coverage. And and Aaron Rodgers finally says, I'm going to go anyway. And he is short, down right there. Good spot by the officials.
Aaron Rodgers is one tough dude, man. I'll tell you. It's got to be difficult playing thing. He's running with it, but he comes up short and no wasted effort. Mike McCarthy will try for the lead with this field goal from Mason Crosby. Only 18 yards, shorter than an extra point, and he puts it right home. So Green Bay comes up short after the turnover, but they do take the lead. Bears hold after turning it over, but it's 13-10, Packers.
By Southwest, yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency.
You see Davante Adams looking like he needs a friend, and here's why. The second time today on a fade route right in his hands by Aaron Rodgers, and the sure-handed Davante Adams. Aaron Rodgers saying, what the heck is going on? And you see the frustration. And here's what a good teammate does. I believe that's Richard Rodgers. Comes over, consoles him. There's Alex Van Pelt, one of the coaches. John Fox encouraging his guys, keeping them out of the end zone.
John, Aaron Rodgers, I asked him about Davante Adams when we talked to him the other day. He talked to him he told us about him for almost 5 minutes straight. He could not say enough positive things. Said he's become the best route runner on the team. He's having a bad day, and he's cost the Packers 2 touchdowns today. So here come the Bears. Deontay Thompson on the return. And it's not shy of the 25. That's where Chicago takes over down by 3. Third annual Art Rooney Sportsmanship Award honors NFL players who exemplify outstanding sportsmanship on the field. Each NFL team nominates 1 player for the award. Earlier this week, panel of NFL legends selected 8 finalists from the 32 nominees. Julius Peppers selected as one of the finalists. The winner will be decided by a vote of current NFL players and announced at the NFL Honors Award Show. That's February 4th on Fox, the night before the Super Bowl.
You know, it's funny, Kevin, whenever we show that stuff, whether it be this, the Art Rooney Sportsmanship Award, NFL Man of the Year, I don't think it's a coincidence. Some of the best players in the league are also some of the best character guys in this league.
There's no doubt about it. Well done by Peppers and everyone else on that list. So, second play of the half for Chicago. First one was a strip sack. Here's Cameron Meredith. Breaks a tackle. Nice move. 1st and 10, Chicago out across the 42 to 41. And Meredith with a nice pickup, going to pick up 17.
Talked about it earlier. This is a college free agent. And this league, so much of it today, in today's league, is about tackling in space. Packers have been doing a nice job of it of late. Well, right there, Cameron Meredith takes advantage of Demarius Randall.
John Meredith, pretty cool story. He's a quarterback for St. Joseph High School in Westchester, Illinois. It's 15 minutes from Soldier Field. Here he is catching balls at Soldier Field. He's only been a receiver for a couple of years. On first down, here's Howard trying to get him going. It's just been hard against this Packers defense. They've really stacked it up. Mike Daniels, who we saw practicing with no jacket on out in the warm-ups, John, he's had a big year.
A couple things here. Julius Peppers, not only a pass rusher, he's going to set the edge over here. And then Mike Daniels just goes to work. The former wrestler gets into his former teammate, Josh Sitton, controls him, then makes the tackle. That's excellent football by an excellent football player in Mike Daniels.
Howard, 8 carries, 23 yards. Blitz. Barkley sees, throws, drops. Meredith looks like he had hands on it. I wonder if the sun had something to do with that. I don't know. Just another drop. Can't make excuses at this point.
I don't know if that's a drop. I think it's a great finish by Demarius Randall, coming through there, getting his hand in there, and then ripping. See Demarius Randall, this league's so much about finishing. He grabs that right arm and pulls. Maybe they're a little early.
It's a great pass interference, John.
It's easy when we slow it down, though. Real time, that looks like
a good
timed
play.
it perfectly.
3rd and 9 coming here. Barkley has some time. Going to fire it deep. It's high. It's intercepted. Clinton Dix has got it. Looking for a return. Gets a block. Reverses field. And he's taken down at the 42. 4th interception of the year for Clinton Dix. That leads the team. And so Green Bay with 2 turnovers in this half. A big play by Clinton Dix. Green Bay football in their lead.
Well, Matt Barkley, here's what he's looking at. Split safety. This is called two-man. Micah Hyde going to get away with a veteran move, grabbing the arm. The subtle hold by Micah Hyde on Daniel Brown. See the subtlety? You grab it, but you turn your head. When you turn your head, the referees tend to take their heads off of you. That's a good, subtle veteran move. And Matt Barkley, high balls across the middle in this league turn into interceptions.
And so the Bears have turned it over 3 times in the last 6 plays. One of them was a Hail Mary at the end of the half. So it's a little different, but still the strip sack by Peppers, and now Clinton Dix with his 4th interception of the year. Guy plays just about every single play. And now he sets Green Bay up by 3, looking for more. Rodgers stands back there, lofting one for Adams, a little high. So it's going back to Adams, trying to get him involved here.
Kevin, you talk about how this team, though, we talked about in the open, how everything's kind of coming together. Part of being a good team in playoff football is being opportunistic. And last week, 6 turnovers versus the Seattle Seahawks. We got how many here today?
3.
3 here today in the last few plays. The turnovers are really starting to come for this defense.
And that's something, John, that they weren't great at all year. And
right.
Trying to take advantage on this 3-game win streak on the outside of the playoff picture right now, but certainly well in the race. 2nd down. Pocket collapsing. Rodgers throws, fading away complete. Adams makes the catch, makes a play, makes a spin. It's Adams. A little redemption for Davante Adams. He's inside the 40.
Don't you love that? Aaron Rodgers has talked about the trust Davante Adams has earned. Well, that trust even goes further than a couple of drops. He comes back to him the first 2 plays of this series. And then Davante Adams says, you know what, not only am I going to catch it, I'm going to make up for it by breaking tackles. It's a great play by Davante Adams, and I love it for Aaron Rodgers going right back to him, try to get him and his confidence back.
Yeah, 2 plays in a row. That one a gain of 19. And so Green Bay on the move from the 39. Rodgers senses pressure. We get a flag. This may be a hold. Rodgers going to run it again. And if this stands, it's a first down. I have a feeling this one will be coming back, though. Rodgers has run it 3 times lately, despite the bad wheels.
Illegal use of hands to the face. Offense number 65. 10-yard penalty from the end of the run. Replay first down.
Lane Taylor called with the hands to the face. That's the guy who they replaced Josh Sitton with when they cut Josh Sitton. Unless it happened earlier in the play. I think it was that initial hit. Maybe right there. There it is.
So instead of a first down run, that'll move it back to a 1st and 20 at the 49-yard line. It's been uncharacteristic for Green Bay. They are not a highly penalized team. As a matter of fact, 4th least in the NFL. Penalties hurting today. They've had drops hurting today, but they still have the lead. '194th meeting between these 2 teams. Longest rivalry in the NFL. 1st and 20. Here we go. 4-man rush. It's blocked up. Rodgers zings it over the middle. He got completion to Richard Rodgers, the backup tight end. And he's back around the original line of scrimmage, going to pick up 10.
And the options for Aaron Rodgers, they just keep coming at you. Right there, they got Ty Montgomery, and you see Aaron Rodgers up at the line of scrimmage. They substitute, thinks about getting them with 12. He doesn't get them, so now they slow down the pace, come back and call their plays. But back, so many options. Jared Cook, Richard Rodgers, Ty Montgomery, Davante Adams, Jordy Nelson. We haven't even talked about Randall Cobb, who doesn't have a reception today. His team is, I'll tell you, no one wants to see this team in the playoffs. We'll just leave it at that.
That's for sure, especially where the defense has been playing. Play clock at 1. They get it off. 4-man rush. Rodgers fires. Jordy Nelson has the catch. And that should be a Green Bay first down.
See Jordy Nelson. Look at the routes. Tracy Porter, that's good coverage. He closes. Just a great throw by Aaron Rodgers. His ability to transfer his weight, I think, is unparalleled. Phil Simms talked about him this week being the greatest thrower of the football in the history of the game. It's hard to argue. It's just a beautiful thing to watch Aaron Rodgers throw the football. He works extremely hard, and then some of it, the good Lord blessed him with a great arm and great athleticism.
And a 1st and 10, picking up after that 1st and 20 is Montgomery. A little juke. Now cuts it back again. Look at Montgomery go! Ty Montgomery down to the 1. What a game! 26 yards for Montgomery.
My goodness, he's tackled in the backfield, you think. But as Vince Lombardi might say, grab, grab, grab. You got to tackle. You got to put body on him. Ty Montgomery just continues to keep the legs churning, high and tight with the football, looking like a seasoned running back.
Problem is, John, they took his hand warmer, and now he doesn't have that anymore. And what they do have is a 1st and goal. They bring on an extra lineman here. From the 3, here's Montgomery looking to go up the middle. Gets belted by Pernell McPhee. My goodness.
You know, Kevin, I think there's something, though, as well as he's running. We said it on the decision to kick on the last. They don't have that big back anymore. Eddie Lacy hurt. In the past, I don't think Mike McCarthy hesitates. Eddie Lacy's going to get you a yard. Ty Montgomery, not built to be that power runner. We see the talent, but this power runner, they don't have it right now, particularly with James Starks.
Well, the power runner used to be John Kuhn from a yard out, too. You know, and he's not here. Aaron Ripkowski, the fullback's done a nice job, and he's carried this year, but he hasn't seemed to have that same role. That's a good point by you, JL. 2nd down. Montgomery's still in the backfield out of a pistol. They'll give it to him. Montgomery is in for the touchdown.
Almost better for them to have that tackle for loss, back them up, give them a little space. And Ty Montgomery gets in that pistol. And look at this left side of the line. Corey Linsley, Lane Taylor, TJ Lang, Bakhtiari. This offensive line playing tremendous football, protecting Aaron Rodgers and then clearing room for Ty Montgomery in the run game.
Here's the extra point, up and good by Crosby. And so the interception by Clinton Dix got it started. And then Aaron Rodgers and Ty Montgomery did the rest. Montgomery, what a day. 154 yards rushing. 2 touchdowns. Who says this guy used to be a receiver? He's a running back. Well, Clinton Dix with the interception, and it led to Ty Montgomery's 2nd touchdown rush of the day. Montgomery has been amazing. 13 carries, that's a career high. 154 yards, that is a career high by almost 100 yards. And Dom Capers' team, who was not getting turnovers all year really until last week when they got 6 of them. 3 of them today, they're turning them into points, and they've turned it into a 10-point lead here in Chicago. There's Thompson on the kick return for the Bears. Oh, my goodness, what a block that was. Thompson out to the 25, and that's where Chicago starts. They got some work to do because they're turning it over. Clinton Dix with the play. The Bears a little upset. Down 10 in Chicago. Green Bay's getting the turnovers, and they're converting it, more importantly, into points, John. Last week they did it against Seattle, and that's been the difference all of a sudden here, especially in the second half.
I love what they've done with Julius Peppers this year, too, who started the turnover barrage today. Early in the year, they watched his reps. They only put him in there on special situations. It's December. Clay Matthews is hurt. Cut this guy loose. McCarthy said, we've taken the rep count off, and he's paying huge dividends.
And he looks fresh, which is certainly big. Here's Howard. They bottled him up today. Fights forward there for a pretty good run at first down. The other thing is Clay Matthews is coming on the field now. Hasn't played a lot. He's playing with a badly separated shoulder, and I think if they could buy him some time to heal, they're going to try and do it.
Yeah, it's a 3rd-degree AC separation. I've played with those. They're painful. It's a pain tolerance thing. You can't hurt it worse. Pain tolerance. It's also how effective can you be as a pass rusher who uses your hands so much as part of your game.
Matthews toughing it out. Here's Barkley now. Blitz coming. They set up a screen. Seems like the right call. Howard fights forward for a 1st down. John, they got to find a way to get him the ball. I mean, he's got 9 carries for 27 yards, and I believe they've got to get him involved here if the Bears want to try and win this game.
Well, I agree, Kevin. You know, last week he had great success. They only gave him 13 carries. So I think Dow Loggins, one of the things, when you have a special back, use them. Use them a lot. And it's just one thing. Barkley came out hot, but you got to mix it. You got to have great balance, and that's how they're built.
Picks up the first down there, and we get some early movement. A good test for Barkley, too. We're singing his praises after a good first half, and now a couple of interceptions.
Ball start. Offense number 62, 5-yard penalty, first down.
That's on Ted Larson. There's Dow Loggins, the offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach here last year with John Fox. Of course, Adam Gase went to Miami, and Dolphins are humming. They're right in that playoff mix. They destroyed the Jets last night.
John Fox talked with us a lot this week about, hey, listen, our offense that Adam Gase ran, it was really set up to be an offense for Peyton Manning. No huddle, 3 receivers. John Fox back to a more familiar offense of pounding the ball running with a guy like that.
That works for Howard, who gets the rush. You know, John, this kid, we talked to him the other day, you know, he unfortunately lost his father, Reginald, at the age of 12. And this is such a touching, cool thing, I think. He wears a T-shirt that he's worn since 7th grade with a picture of his dad on it that his mom brought to him before a game when he was in middle school. It's the same. He said he's got 2 shirts, the same shirt. He's cut them. He's cut the sleeves. He's cut some slits in the sides so they fit. But he wears that underneath his jersey every game to remember his dad. I mean, that is an awesome. Here's Cameron Meredith, who's got the completion and a first down across midfield. What a nice tribute.
Yeah, it's a great tribute. And he talked about his dad when he was sick, took him to every practice, and they talked about this day, about playing in the NFL. Jordan Howard just going over 1,000 yards. This guy's a big-time back. They've found that guy moving forward for the Chicago Bears.
Hurrying it up a little bit. Jeremy Langford in the game at back now. Blitz is coming. Barkley sees it, goes incomplete for Bellamy. So Bellamy's had some drops, and that one should have been made. So here is Howard. Most rush yards by Bears rookies all time. He's ahead of Beatty Feathers from the 30s, the first 1,000-yard rusher.
That's awesome.
Red Grange was on that team near the end of his tenure, too. Beatty Feathers. Where did we get that headshot from?
I don't know.
Howard's been held in check today. 2nd and 10. Another blitz. It's picked up. Barkley fires, and that's high and intercepted. Same guy. Ha-ha, Clinton Dix. And the return takes it down to the Bears 45. Well, a good first half has fallen apart on Matt Barkley, and the Packers have their 4th turnover of the game. Put on the cheese. Green Bay in business.
Clinton Dix having a heck of a year. His 5th interception, 2nd here today. That's Dayton Jones, a former D lineman, 285 pounds. Matt Barkley was not happy, and it's because Daniel Braverman, he wasn't expecting the ball. You have to always expect the ball, and you just see the onslaught of turnovers by this Packers defense.
Old school football fans will like this formation. There's 2 fullbacks in at the same time, but they give it to the wide receiver turned tailback, Montgomery, who breaks a few tackles, and he's going to have a pickup 4. So most teams don't even have a fullback on the roster. The Packers have 2, and they were both on the field at the same time. Gotta love it.
They like that full house backfield, and I think that full house backfield, as you see Ty Montgomery limping, I mean, doesn't that just fit a full house backfield in a Packers-Bears game?
Oh, sure does. Sure does. Ritkowski is number 22. Joe Carriage is jacketed, the rookie from Michigan. Ty Montgomery, not concerned about him. See if he's a little banged up here. So Christian Michael is in at tailback, number 32. Give it to Michael. Running right, sprints through. Look at Christian Michael breaking a tackle. Touchdown. It's a pack attack in Chicago.
So much talk about who your running back's going to be. I'll tell you right now, Vince Lombardi would be proud. Looks like the old Packers sweep. TJ Lang and Lane Taylor pulling. They give Christine Michael a little room, and he comes with that stiff arm, says, get off me. Takes it all the way to the house for the Green Bay Packers.
42 yards for Christine Michael. And the extra point is up, and it's good. So Michael, his first touchdown with the Packers. He had 6 with Seattle. And this third quarter has got all Green Bay. 17 of the quarter, they're up 27-10. Tomorrow, Skip and Shannon break down all the weekend's NFL action, including this Packers-Bears showdown. Start making their predictions for the playoffs. It's America's fastest-growing sports show, Undisputed, weekdays 9:30 to noon Eastern, only on FS1. 10-10 game at half, John, and things have exploded for Green Bay. They've had 3 turnovers in the quarter. They've converted them to 17 points.
Points off turnovers, the run game, the pass rush, the defense being stifling. I mean, everything's coming together for this team. Now, if Aaron Rodgers can just stay healthy, watch out for the Green Bay Packers.
That is for sure. And Thompson will take a knee. And so the Bears will start off on their own 25. So Matt Barkley, who had a tremendous first half, has had a terrible third quarter. Obviously, the strip sack, not his fault, but the interceptions, the last 2 are on him. And the interception at the Hail Mary at the end of the half. And now a lot of Bears fans are leaving, but there's plenty of Packers fans here in Chicago. So Barkley with 3 interceptions, his last 8 attempts. Alshon Jeffrey, John, number 17, back today from that 4-game PED suspension. He's been invisible. No catches. I'm not even sure if he has a target. Maybe 1. Here's Howard stepping through the line. Jordan Howard, head down, running hard. And they're going to mark him down, it looks like at the 38, but that's a first down for Chicago.
You know, another great skill of Jordan Howard, explosive runs. I mean, these numbers are as good as anybody with 20-plus, 10-plus runs.
Some dirt and grass in his helmet, just trying to see.
That's Soldier Field.
How do you get grass in the helmet when it's 10 degrees out? That's a good job by the field crew here to keep this field pliable. It's been a cold day in Chicago. We are disappointed we didn't get the coldest game in Chicago history, but 10 degrees will have to do.
I feel soft. I don't feel worthy. I was ready to break some records.
Here's Langford getting the spell at tailback, and he, with a solid run out to the 42, it may take us to the end of this third quarter. And so this Bears team has a lot of work to do here. It was 10-10 at the half, now 27-10, and that will be the end of the third quarter. Chicago football, this game has been turned upside down by the red-hot Green Bay Packers, winners of 3 in a row, trying to make a playoff push, and they're on their way. The Green Bay Packers, the Chicago Bears. Rivalry that goes back to the 20s. And it is about to be even after today. The Bears have a 1-game lead in this historic rivalry, but the Packers are red hot. They have owned Chicago, especially here where they've won 6 straight at Soldier Field, looking to make it 7. And thanks to a 17-point third quarter, they could be on their way to just that. They've gotten the turnovers, 3 of them in that third quarter, and that's the difference in this game. So here are the Bears with the football. 1st and 10, we start the fourth quarter. Along with John Lynch, Pam Oliver on the sidelines, I'm Kevin Burkhardt. Glad to have you along from Chicago. Here's a blitz. Barkley's going to throw it deep, looking for Alshon Jeffrey. Incomplete, but we get a penalty. And that was thrown in the way of Demarius Randall, so let's see.
Before the pass was thrown, holding defense number 23, 5-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
See Demarius Randall working on Alshon Jeffrey. Only the 2nd target for Jeffrey all day. See him grab him by the waist and then by the jersey and restrict his motion. Good call by the official.
Kind of hard to believe Jeffrey, today has just been such a non-factor, and disappointing obviously for him with the PED suspension for 4 games in a year. He's going into his free agency here. We get movement on the right side of the Bears line.
Ball start. Offense, number 62 and number 70. 5-yard penalty. First down.
You know, it's amazing. It was a 10-10 game. First play of the third quarter was a Julius Peppers strip sack, and that really set the tone for this entire half.
That's what great players do. They set the tone. Aaron Rodgers has done it today. You got to admire his courage playing with the injury, and Julius Peppers came out, set the tone for this second half, and once that tone was established, it hasn't stopped.
So a 1st and 15. Barkley over the middle. There's Alshon Jeffrey, makes a catch. Good enough for a first down. Down to the 35. And Jeffrey picks up 23.
And again, the dig route. This is his favorite pass as I watch him on film. He loves throwing this in-breaker across the middle. Jeffrey, a big target. You see the talent. He lost some serious money on this PED suspension. Not paid during it, and then free agency, as you mentioned, Kevin.
Whoa, a pass that came so fast and almost hit him in the helmet, but Jeffrey with the catch, and he's inside the 10. Barkley fired a dart, and Jeffrey hung on.
Well, he's laid off the ball right there. Didn't seem ready to go, and he's late to get his head around. But just stick it between his face masks. That's a good way to make him catch it.
He really stuck it to him.
It was like a quick jab to the face.
My goodness. He didn't get the mouthpiece in or anything, but he goes for a big gain of 27, and here's a 1st and goal. Bears trying to claw back in it. It's Howard in motion. Barkley looking, throwing into coverage, incomplete. He was looking for Deontay Thompson, who's had a pretty big day. Coverage by Randall.
You know, Kevin, talking to Dom Capers, Demarius Randall there, you know, he talked about their resurgence on defense. It's the corners getting healthy. They were playing without their top 3 corners. Sam Shields still out. He's out for the year. But Randall and Quentin Rollins were hurt as well. Ladarius Gunter, a free agent last year, college free agent from Miami, was their #1. That's hard to call a defense when your top 3 corners are out. 2 of them are back, and it's really shown on the field.
Barkley on the fake, the throw, touchdown! It was the Alshon Jeffrey drive. Welcome back, and the Bears back in it.
Well, prior to that drive, 1 target. It was on the first 3rd down of the game. He dropped it. Yep. Matt Barkley then kind of froze him out, and wisely came back to him, and it paid dividends with the touchdown. The slant route kind of lulls him. Little change up, comes off slow, and then explodes out of the break.
And so for Alshon Jeffrey, just his 2nd touchdown of the year. That's got to feel good to get in rhythm. And for all that's gone on, it's only a 10-point game if this extra point is good from Barth. And it is. So Packers dominated the 3rd quarter. So far, the 4th quarter belongs to the Bears. It's a 10-point Packers lead after the Jeffrey touchdown. Back to Chicago in a moment. Listen, you got to do what you got to do on a 10-degree day. You keep warm no matter what, even with that crazy dance. They're jumping around in Chicago to stay warm, and it's been an up-and-down game. You know, the momentum, Green Bay early, Chicago 2nd, 3rd quarter all Green Bay, and the Bears with an impressive drive back to a 10-point game.
Matt Barkley's got a lot of grit. 2 interceptions. A lot of guys would go into tank and become captain checkdown. Instead, he's still firing down the field. Love these Packer fans. I used to think they'd travel to Tampa to get to the warmth, but we're supposed to have a record breaker. They're all over. They just love football. They love their team.
Yeah, they do. Cold weather doesn't matter. These 2 teams are used to it. Packers almost look like they're expecting maybe an onside kick here. And that's how the ball was positioned initially. And now they're going to put it down for a regular kickoff. Maybe not. And Barth will kick it away. Montgomery, short kick though. Wow. Up at the 16. Stutters. And just across the 25 for Belly. Makes the tackle. So how big is this for Green Bay trying to win their 4th in a row? Well, it's huge. In the NFC North, this is what we got. Detroit is losing to the Giants. They got a 2-game lead, but that's about to narrow if everything holds place right now. Because Detroit losing the Giants in the 4th quarter, the Vikings are getting their doors blown off at home. They're going to be 2-7 the last 9 games, and it looks like things are out of control with all the injuries they've had there. So now the Packers can creep to within a game, and they finish the year with Detroit.
And next week, they play Minnesota. Detroit has the Dallas Cowboys, who have been as good as anybody this year. So things looking good for the Green Bay Packers.
Keep in mind the wild card at play, too. Packers on the outside looking in right now, chasing the Redskins, Tampa, Atlanta, those teams. Here's Montgomery. Here is the NFC playoff picture, looking at it right now. So Falcons have the division. Buccaneers are right there with the same record, but right now they'd be a wild card. The Redskins play on Monday night against Carolina. And then you see Vikings and Packers. Cardinals, even though technically they're alive, I wouldn't really put them in that mix.
Such a fine line, between winning and losing, between being a team that's thriving. I was in Tampa about 5-6 weeks ago, and the Buccaneers looked awful. Ever since, they can play with anyone. It's incredible how it can change in a moment. Look at the Packers. They're a great example. As John Fox said, it's an outhouse to penthouse to outhouse league.
Well, that night they got beat by, 40, and they haven't lost since. Here's Rodgers. Blitz is picked up. Jordy Nelson makes the catch for Green Bay out to the 33. Giants have scored. How'd they do it? Let's go to Kurt Menefee and find out.
Well, they scored the way they've scored 10 times this year. Eli to Odell over the goal line, just like that. 17-6, they've started to open it up. The dancing continues. Let the young man have his good time, right? That's what they say. Kevin, John, Pam.
Kurt, that's not the Thriller dance anymore. He got rid of the Michael Jackson, I guess.
Looked like Kurt at the Fox Christmas party the other night.
So, a 3rd down and 3. And we got a whistle. We have a timeout. We do. By Chicago, their first of the half. Well, we will take a break. We will come back and have more football. The NFL on Fox. Say, Aaron Rodgers is tough. Playing with a bad hamstring, playing with a bad right calf. But he's 7 times today he's made plays where he's scrambled and completed a pass despite that. And his numbers would be even bigger, John. He's had 4 big drops. Could have had a couple more touchdowns, a couple deep throws to Jordy Nelson. He's played well. 3rd and 3 here, though. Packers up 10. He's got time. Now he moves away. Pernell McPhee brings him down. They had 3 sacks in the first half. That's their first sack this half. And the Bears sensing a little momentum now. They'll get the ball back.
Now, that's good protection. It's just how long can you protect? And it's good coverage as well. Aaron Rodgers looking right, looking left, back to the right. Tries to escape, and Pernell McPhee says not so fast. Good coverage by LeBlanc on Devontae Adams, and McPhee finishes Aaron Rodgers off.
Other than the corner blitz, John, I think really the 3 of the 4 sacks have been covered sacks for the most part. They have protected him. And we get a penalty flag, I believe, far side of the field. So let's see what the call is here as the Bears are waiting the ball. 11 to go, down by 10. Let's see what the penalty is first.
During the kick, illegal block on the back. Number 32 of the return team. 10-yard penalty from the end of the kick. Chicago's ball, 1st down. Timeout.
There you go. Here comes McPhee. 4th sack of the day for the Bears. Chicago's still in this thing. Down 10 in the 4th. You know, I couldn't even tell that's Keith DeSantis. He's so bundled up down there. Michael Tatamir down on another low camera on the field. Dan Steele on the cart moving up and down, trying to stay warm. We can see the eyes, and we know the hands are working. Our camera crew, you want to talk about cold weather tough? Those guys and gals have the hardest job of all today. Great job. Grant Dobbins not shown. Traveling with us every week. Here's Jordan Howard, John. This is a 10-point game, and the Bears sensing a little momentum here.
And plenty of time, Kevin. And, you know, you think about it, I think where Matt Barkley's been best in these last 3 weeks is in 2 minutes. He's taking, remember against Tennessee, down 27-7 at the start of the fourth quarter. Brought them back with a catch in the end zone by Bellamy. They win that game.
Barkley comes to Howard, makes a move, and a nice one by Jordan Howard. And Jordan Howard's out for a 9-yard gain, but Mike Daniels with great pursuit.
That's a championship effort by Mike Daniels. I love it when guys hustle like this. They call it retracing. The ball's thrown, now go turn and run. Guyon does it, it slows him down, and Mike Daniels 10 yards downfield. That's your nose tackle, folks, with the tackle.
310, 320 pounds. Didn't matter. Daniels is a hustler. Here's Howard. Looking to pick up the first down and does. So Howard out to the 46 for Chicago. He's up to 14 carries on the day. Now is him out to 65 yards, I believe. Kadeem Carey back in the game at running back. John, we haven't seen him since he lost the decal on his helmet. He got hit so hard, but the decal is back. There it is. And they'll throw it. Barkley, far sideline complete. And it's Jeffrey. So all of a sudden, Jeffrey, who is not even a factor remotely in this game, has really come alive in this fourth quarter.
And what he has speed, and he has breakaway speed. So that opens up everything underneath because people have to respect his speed and his ability to win 50-50 balls. And right there you see the benefits of that. When people respect your speed, you have room underneath to operate.
The first down. Here comes a blitz. Barkley near side. Good catch. That's Cameron Meredith who went low to grab that one. And he's down to the 39. Game break. Let's check in with Carissa.
Thanks, Kevin. Baltimore trying to keep pace with the Steelers, up 3 in the fourth, and Kenneth Dixon, 16-yard rushing touchdown here, has his team up 27-17. Steelers, by the way, down 2 to the Bengals with under 11 to play in that one. Kevin, John, Pam.
Yeah, Steelers are coming back. They were getting beat up pretty good. They have a 1-game lead in that division. Here's Barkley going deep. Has a man readjusting and incomplete. He was looking for Thompson. They've got some traffic down there, too. Thompson was open initially, a little underthrown.
I got to tell you, I'm a little biased, but having a big-time safety in this league, he feels Clinton Dix, who comes from the middle of the field right there. You're aware of a guy like that, 210 pounds. He's all over the field. Clinton Dix is a safety. What you want to do, you want to let people feel your presence, and Clinton Dix is doing that and doing that well.
Bears not in field goal range yet. They're 0 for 4 on third downs today. This is a 3rd and 5. Barkley over the middle, complete. It's Jeffrey. First down, Chicago.
That's what you like about Barkley, Kevin. That's a confident throw. There's no, let me ease that one in there. He's going back and ripping it. Right to Alshon Jeffrey. Big time throw.
Alshon Jeffrey's got 5 catches, 80 yards. It's all been in this quarter. Blitz coming again. Barkley hit as he throws. Doesn't matter. Complete. Jeffrey again. And we get a penalty flag.
Yeah, going to get him for hitting low, below the knees. Jake Ryan.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense number 47. At the distance of the goal from the end of the play. Automatic first down.
Here comes Jake Ryan. I thought Kadeem Carey was going to pick him up. He passes him by and goes outside. You always want to pick up the inside because that's the biggest threat. But it benefits the Chicago Bears because they get the 15 tacked on for the low hit by Jake Ryan.
And so all of a sudden, Bears don't have a 1st and goal. This game, the way the third quarter went, had to feel like it was over. And then the Bears put a quick touchdown on the board. And now look at this. They're knocking on the door just under 8 minutes to play. So a huge sequence coming up for Green Bay. All but one of those targets to Jeffrey in the fourth quarter has been huge. They'll run it. Howard, left side. Howard, ball 4, touchdown. We got a game.
Kevin, you know, from us talking how much I think of this kid, I think they have got an absolute steal, but give some credit to this offensive line. A great surge. Ted Larson, the right guard, getting up on Joe Thomas, Josh Sitton, the former Packer, and Jordan Howard. One thing he does, he sees it. Stretch, 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 put your foot in the ground and get downhill all the way to the end zone.
So the Bears go 75 yards and 78 yards on back-to-back possessions, and they're an extra point away from making this a field goal game. And they do it. So the Packers scored 17 in the third quarter to break a 10-10 tie. The Bears have put up 14 in this fourth quarter. Howard, the touchdown. It's a 3-point game in Chicago. Cold NFC North. We love it on Fox. Bears offensive line doing the job. This Kevin Mawae with his back to us. He was a tremendous center in his playing day, and he's on this coaching staff, and he's got them playing. This is an 8-time Pro Bowler, John.
8-time Pro Bowler. He and Dave Magazoo, the offensive line coaches, and Kevin Mawae, supposed to be an intern, but they found him so valuable, they brought him on for the year. There's Dave Magazoo, the O-line coach. That offensive line clearing ground for Jordan Howard. Impressive comeback here. They've kept fighting.
The way the third quarter went, Green Bay had 3 turnovers. They put up 17 points, but the Bears with a 75-yard and a 78 drive, all rather quickly in this fourth quarter to make it a 3-point game. Here's Montgomery on the kick return. Damson breaks a tackle and tripped up. That was a nice tackle because that could have gone for a decent return, but Hurst was on the tackle. And so here comes Aaron Rodgers.
See if his greatness, he's been playing through these injuries. We've seen it inhibit him a little bit as the play gets deeper. They've had some success sacking him, getting after him. See if he can make it happen one more time for these Packers. He's led them on this great comeback from 4-6 to where they are now. We'll see if he's got it in him.
Keep in mind, Ty Montgomery, 158 yards rushing, is the back. They'll throw it, though. Rodgers in trouble. Gets rid of it. Looking for Adams. Overthrown. Incomplete. Game break. Let's check in with Carissa Thompson.
Thanks, Kevin. The Lions entered today with the league-leading 8 comeback victories in the fourth quarter or overtime. No such luck today. Matt Stafford intercepted by Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie. The Giants lead 17-6 with just under 2 minutes to play. Kevin, John, and Pam.
Carissa, thanks. Huge for Green Bay if they could hold on with the Vikings getting blasted today in Minnesota. They could really gain some ground. Meanwhile, the Giants have won 8 of 9. They're for real with that defense. Packers by 3. 7:21 to go from Soldier Field. They'll run it. Montgomery. And he works his way out to the 30. And across the 30. Put him at the 31 before he gets gang tackled. We'll give him 4. Leonard Floyd and some help.
How about this Bears team regathering themselves? All the turnovers early for Green Bay that they turned into points. They settled down, started feeding Jordan Howard and Alshon Jeffrey defensively, just stayed in it, stayed after Aaron Rodgers, and here we are, 3rd and 6. They got a chance to get the ball back down by 3.
Green Bay hit their first 2 third downs of the day. They're 0 of 6 on third down since. Rodgers, pressure, eludes. Rodgers gonna run with the bad calf, and he is stymied. John Timu prevented the first down, and the Bears defense does their job.
Well, Aaron Rodgers, sensing the moment, how important it was, he said, forget about the calf. I got to go get this first down. But John Timu, with an excellent tackle, stops him in his tracks. Short of the line to gain. Great job by the Bears defense.
And so Jacob Shum will punt it away. Under 6 minutes to go. Trayvon LeBlanc, look at this kick. Backpedaling inside the 15. Looking for a return, and he trips across the 20, and that's where the Bears will start. Well, this has been a pretty wild game here in Chicago. It was a 10-10 game at the half, and then the third quarter started out. First play, a strip sack by Julius Peppers. They recovered. Boom. They got points all of that. Then it's Clinton Dix with a couple of interceptions, setting up more points. Christine Michael, 42-yard touchdown run. But then the Bears in the fourth quarter have dominated. 2 70-plus touchdown drives. Alshon Jeffrey didn't have a catch until the fourth. He's now got 6 catches, 89 yards. Howard with the touchdown. And in the 194th meeting, the longest rivalry in the NFL, should be a 3-point game in the fourth quarter.
Well, part of playing quarterback in this league is how do you respond to failure? You're going to have some. Barkley threw a couple interceptions, but he's come back, and he's come back with a vengeance.
Fake the run over the middle. He's got a man. It's Thompson who's got a first down. Out to the 36 is Deontay Thompson, his 7th catch of the day, and Barkley's over 300 yards.
Well, look at the effect, Jordan Howard. Look at the linebackers. They all suck up with the play action. That opens the seam, and Matt Barkley on time throwing it in there. Really nice execution by this Bears offense.
On first down, they'll run it. Howard fighting forward to the 40. He's going to pick up 4. So Matt Barkley, he threw the 3 picks in 3 consecutive possessions. Or I should say, he had the interception into the half, then a fumble, and then 2 more picks. But this fourth quarter, he's been great. So he had 1 bad quarter. Other than that, he's played well, John.
And like you said, one of those picks on a Hail Mary.
Yeah.
Really don't count that one. The other 2, one receiver quit on a ball.
Far side, it's Howard. Good tackle right away by Joe Thomas. And so that brings up a 3rd down. The 4:32 to go in this game. Bears 1 of 5 on 3rd down.
You got to think he's going to be thinking Alshon Jeffrey. You talked about it. He had 1 catch. He started going to him, and it's worked. It's going to be Jeffrey working against Ladarius Gunter up top. There they are. It's like they're going to give him a little safety help over the top.
3rd and 3. Blitz coming near side. Thompson, he's been huge today. It's a first down for Chicago. And now he's hurt, grabbing on that hamstring.
A little slant route underneath. It's a really good catch.
Now, Thompson had 11 catches on the year. He's got 8 for 110 today, but he's hurt now. Injury timeout. Welcome those of you who watched the Giants take care of the Lions 17-6 today. So the Packers up by 3. This would be a huge win for them if they can hang on. And this game has been all over the place. Green Bay scored 17 in the 3rd quarter. It was 10-10 at the half, but the Bears, 2 excellent drives in the 4th to make this a 3-point deficit. And they've got the ball now with a chance with 3:59 left. Down by 3. 1st and 10. Along with John Lynch, Pam Oliver, I'm Kevin Burkhardt. Glad to have you aboard. It's been fun from Chicago. 10-degree day. Meredith incomplete, a little behind. And a 2nd and 10 is coming up.
And I love Matt Barkley's courage, his anticipation, throwing on time. This is where he's had 2 of those interceptions, though. The middle of the field, you got to be really careful. That time a drop by Cam Meredith, but Barkley got to be careful on these throws over the middle. That's where Clinton Dix has intercepted 2 of those balls.
Bears have 4 turnovers in this game. That's what allowed the Packers to take back that lead. Deontay Thompson back in the game. Number 14 for Chicago. He's over 100 yards receiving. 2nd down. 4-man rush. Firing far side. It's a completion. It's Meredith. And we'll see where the forward progress is. Looks like they're going to spot it at the 43. So we'll call it a 3rd and 2.
Deontay Thompson, who caught that last 3rd down, we showed him grabbing his hamstring. It was just a cramp. It's funny, in the cold, sometimes guys cramp just as much as the heat because you actually forget to drink water in the cold, but you have to hydrate. There he is, Deontay Thompson.
3rd down and 2. Barkley stands in, no one's open, fires, complete, it's a first down. It's Cameron Meredith who has it. Barkley shuffling, moving the chains for Chicago.
Well, they're looking like the Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers and Jordy Nelson. Watch Cam Meredith continue to stay alive on the route. It's covered early. Cameron Meredith. You got to get open. You got to find space. It's exactly what he does. Barkley hits him. This Bears looking really poised and solid here in this fourth quarter.
They sure are. 2.5 minutes to go. 2 timeouts for Chicago. Barkley has been great in this fourth quarter, but not finished yet. Green Bay trying to hang on. Barkley going to go deep for Jeffrey. Incomplete. He threw it behind him as coverage by Gunter.
Almost as if Barkley was thinking the back shoulder fade, but watch Jeffrey. He had the separation here. You just put it up top and let him roll. That's what Jeffrey was thinking. It looked like Barkley thinking the back shoulder, and there he's going, put it up deep. I got him.
Those two know each other. They were both highly recruited. In fact, both recruited to USC. What did Barkley tell us this week?
That was a great quote. He said he went to SC, just the wrong USC. He went to South Carolina. Barkley, of course, from University of Southern California.
On second down. Pressure. Barkley gets rid of it. Complete. Bellamy has the catch. Was a flag down. He's a yard shy of a first down. Let's sort this out. And the signal is that it's on the Packers. Ron Torbert getting it sorted out with his crew. I like the conversation. Obviously a big call, trying to get it right.
Before the pass was thrown, holding defense number 36. The 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. An automatic first down.
There, Darius Gunter working against Alshon Jeffrey. He grabs hold of him. There we see the flag thrown. Good catch by Bellamy as well.
Now, they had a gain of 9, John, but they take the gain of 5 because it's an automatic first down.
And that's what the delay was. They were waiting to see if he did indeed make the first down. He didn't. John Fox then took the holding penalty.
Wonder about field goals here, which are tied. Connor Barth's long this year is 54 yards, but this is a really cold day, and that's a lot to ask today. Still would like to get closer. Pressure. Barkley, they're going to set up a screen. Langford gets a block. Langford inside the 20. And that'll take us down to the 2-minute warning. It's got the Chicago crowd all fired up. What a game in Chicago. Can the Bears pull it off? Can the Packers hold on? Fasten your seatbelts. The Packers, Bears, largest comeback in this storied history. 13 points. Bears have been down 17 today. Virginia McCaskey. She doesn't miss a game. Is she going to see history today? That, of course, is George Halas's daughter. This has been a wild game. Matt Barkley, 353 yards. Most by a Bears quarterback against the Packers since Jim Miller in 2002. Can he finish the deal, John?
Well, this is interesting strategy here, Kevin. If I'm the Chicago Bears, you aren't going to the playoffs. I'm playing to win this game, but I'd also be mindful of not leaving Aaron Rodgers too much time. So I think you want to milk the clock, but at some point, go for that kill shot, trying to get in the end zone.
They'll run it. Howard bounces off the tackle. Look at this run. Jordan Howard inside the 5. What an animal.
You talk about inspired football. You'd think the Bears are the team fighting for their playoff lives, and this is how Jordan Howard has run all year long. Great strength, great power. Gets a little help from Cody Whitehair, his center. That's Chicago Bear football running downhill. What a great game and a great rivalry.
You're a Bears fan. Your team is 3 wins. You're grasping at something for next year. You might be seeing it here.
I'm wondering if all those Bears fans that left at 27-10 have come back.
I don't know. Meanwhile, the Packers, just an enormous game for them to try and hang on. Up by 3, but the Bears now knocking on the doorstep with a 1st and goal. Chicago brings an extra offensive lineman into the game. Howard, left side, not going to get there, and a penalty flag.
They're going to get them on a hold.
Holding. Offense number 82. 10-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
It's Logan Paulson, the tight end. He'll be working against Julius Peppers. Peppers trying to set the edge. Paulson with that left hand grabs him. Peppers does a nice job of selling it by going down. That's a huge penalty.
Oh, it sure is. Because now you move it back out to the 13. Still a first and goal, though. 1:45 to go. 2 timeouts for each team. Barkley, near side. Meredith makes the catch. Surging forward, down to the 4. Clock's running, but that's probably preferable for Chicago. See if Green Bay calls a timeout here, and I think they just did. And so that's what we have right now. Second and goal. Hey, welcome to the booth. John Lynch, and I'm Kevin Burkhardt. And it's cold here in Chicago. This game looked like it was over, John, in the third quarter. Give the Bears a lot of credit. They've stormed back here.
Now, give John Fox a lot of credit. Give Matt Barkley. This is something he's shown, the ability to bring his team back. He threw some picks in this second half. They got all the way to 27-10, and then they came storming back. And here they are knocking on the door. You know, they are going to the playoffs, but they're playing inspired football. You got to love it. And Green Bay, on the other hand, fighting for their playoff life.
Huge moment. And the Lions lost. The Vikings lost in the division. Packers trying to hang on. Can they do it? Second and goal. Howard tripped up, surging forward, down to the 3. And so a third and goal. Will the Packers call their final timeout? Looks like it.
I love what Dom Capers did. He sold out. He takes every gap. There's no gap. Now all you got to do is make the tackle. Bryce puts the hit on him. And I think it's Guyon who reaches with that left arm and grabs Jordan Howard.
Fascinated by this call now because, of course, you like the touchdown, but still tie it with a field goal, so you can't be super risky here if you're Chicago.
I'm telling you, though, if I'm Chicago, you want to send, there's nothing better. You're not going to the playoffs, but there's some joy and satisfaction in keeping a division rival out. I'm playing for the win.
Third and goal. Bears down by 3. Blitz coming. Picked up. Barkley going end zone. Incomplete. He was looking for Meredith, but Micah Hyde knocked it away. And is John Fox going to go here? No. They'll send out the field goal unit.
Watch here, a rusher coming on the field late. He throws a little traffic, but that's a great play by Micah Hyde. Undercutting, and if you undercut, you better make sure you can get your hand. If you go with that outside arm, you got to make sure you can make that play. Micah Hyde did.
So Aaron Rodgers waiting for his chance. This is for the tie first for Connor Barth. 22-yard field goal to tie it up. And Barth puts it home. We're tied. A 17-point Packer lead has disappeared, and we are all tied in Chicago. So it'll be 1:19 left. No timeouts for Aaron Rodgers.
Check this out, Kevin. This is a new coverage, I think, the Green Bay Packers. Look at Detroit Guyon. He's coming on. They were short one man. He says, I'm going to cover. That's great. But Micah Hyde makes the player. They, in fact, did that last week. Christian Ringo, he came in, put a great rush on the Seattle Seahawks, did the same thing. So maybe it's part of Dom Capers' new zone blitz scheme.
I'll tell you what, they're lucky. They're lucky that he didn't pick off Hyde on that play. It almost happened. Oh, this has been fun, huh? Unbelievable. The Bears nothing to play for, but they're playing hard for John Fox. They've erased a 17-point deficit. And the Packers, which looked like they were going to roll this game now, and almost a must-have for them, especially with the way it played out today, with the Lions losing, with the Vikings losing. But there's plenty of time left for Aaron Rodgers. 1:19 to go. And Ty Montgomery, who's had a monster day, 162 yards rushing, back to return it.
these kind of efforts, if the Bears, like John Fox, think they're going to do next year, say turn this team around, they'll point to a game like this, establishing the culture of fighting till the end.
This is Janis who's going to take it away from Montgomery. Jeff Janis, who's got some speed, takes it to the far sideline, out to the 26. Let's get a game break from Carissa Thompson.
Thanks, Kevin. A little AFC South update here. So Brock Osweiler was benched in the first half. Tom Savage to Lamar Miller for this 1-yard score. Texans up 21-20 with under 3 left to go. And the Titans on the road, a last-second game-winning field goal. They win 19-17. So they're now 8-6, trying to keep pace with the Texans. Kevin?
Wow. How about Osweiler benched? So that's a wild division. That guy's got no shirt on. What are you thinking? It's 10 degrees here in Chicago. Here we go. 27 all. 1:13 to go. No timeouts for Green Bay. Rodgers. Now's time. Fires receiver, fell down. Incomplete. Jared Cook is the one who slipped on the play. Second down.
Here comes Jared Cook working against Amos. Could have been illegal contact down the field by Amos. But then they just get tied up at the feet. And Jared Cook not there for Aaron Rodgers.
Four-man rush, a little shuttle pass. That could have been dangerous. And Montgomery is belted. Nick Kwiatkowski was there, and a 3rd and long coming up now.
That's a player they really like, Nick Kwiatkowski, and watch him right here diagnose this shuffle pass and then go and get it. He splits Lane Taylor and TJ Lang right between them for the tackle.
There's an injury for Green Bay. I think it's Lane Taylor, the left guard, who's laying flat on his stomach, and so they're tending to him right now. I'd like to welcome those of you who watched the Ravens edge the Eagles 27-26. This game's been wild in Chicago. Packers put up 17 points in the third quarter off of 3 turnovers, but then the Bears just put up 17 in the fourth quarter as their offense came to life behind Matt Barkley and Alshon Jeffrey. And so that's where we stand. We are tied at 27. We have 54 seconds left. Packers have a 3rd down and 11 coming up.
Isn't it right that it would come down to, like in this rivalry where they're separated by 1 point coming into today after 83 years, and we got a tie ball game? Seems like they're always playing tight football games in this rivalry.
Now, this is to consider, too. There's, with the injury, that last play was a shuttle pass to Ty Montgomery. The clock was running. They have no timeouts, so this could be a 10-second runoff. But Chicago, I believe, could decline it, too. And they also have timeouts. The Bears do. And let's see. I don't know if that was discussed. It looks like it's going to stay status quo, John. If we have time, we get a Mike Pereira here, but there might not be time. 3rd and 11 for Green Bay. Time. Now some pressure. Throws it deep. Jordy Nelson. He's got it inside the 20. A bomb from Rodgers to Nelson. They've got to get up and spike it. 20 seconds. No timeouts. Lane Taylor just trying to come on the field, and Rodgers yanked him off. 12 seconds. They get everybody up. They get set. And they stop the clock. Unbelievable by Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers. Some people think the greatest thrower of the football of all time. Look at him transfer that weight. It's a beautiful thing, folks, to see this guy throw the football. Just ask Jordy Nelson. Drops a dime 60 yards down the field in stride. Everybody says, where's the explosion gone in Green Bay's offense? Aaron Rodgers says it's right there.
How about getting his team down the field, John? It was a 60-yard pass to stop the clock. And now the game-winning attempt of 32 yards by Crosby. It's up, and it is good, but hang on. The Bears call timeout. That does not count. Fitting craziness to this game. Did you see Lane Taylor trying to run back on the field?
But then the poise, not only to run all the way down the field, but then hold his team, milk it such that there is no time for Matt Barkley if they do get the ball back. Aaron Rodgers just plays on a different level. I think the thing, we see the talent, we see the ability, we see the God-given talent, but the IQ, the football IQ, it's just, it is so elite. It's so fun to watch this guy approach the game of football, and what he's doing at the quarterback position is really, really special.
Brett Good is the snapper, his 9th year. Jacob Shum, the punter, is a holder, and here's Mason Crosby. From 32 yards, it'll be to try and win the game for Green Bay. Packers win it.
Some game.
A 60-yard bomb on 3rd down and 11. Rodgers gets the team down to spike it, and Mason Crosby wins it for Green Bay, their 4th in a row.
Not a bad day. Packers win. Everybody else in the division loses. And this is just setting up. It's coming down to the last game of the year. They're playing the Detroit Lions. And like I said earlier, no one wants to face this team right now because they're dangerous.
What an incredible finish here from Chicago. It was the big catch on a 3rd and long. 60 yards to Jordy Nelson. And then Rodgers, with no timeout, settled his team, spiked the ball, and Crosby from 32 down the middle. And Green Bay has won 4 in a row, and they're right there in this playoff chase. And a chance at a division title as they gain a game on the Lions today, who lost to the Giants. What a game in Chicago. Fun stuff in this NFC North. For John Lynch and Pam Oliver, I'm Kevin Burkhardt. We will come back after this to Soldier Field.